Hello, drop. Am I allowed to redeem my deck doc from ages ago? Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. They're all still there. I'll honor them. Absolutely, I'll honor them. I think it was from February. Go take a peek. Define cool decks? I don't know. I mean, you tell me. Looking like April. Also, Tim, I didn't know you were ready to work. You didn't tell me and Kaiju goodbye. It was tough. Clicking the button was hard today. Clicking the button was hard today. It was tough. Then why did you? Because I owe deck docs. Because sometimes you just gotta go to work, you know. Sometimes you just gotta go to work. Could have waited till Thursday. Thursday I've got top 8. I was supposed to do top 8 last week, but I did them this week. My whole week is. I would have to do them on. I'd have to do them on Tuesday. And skip community game night. That's the time that I would have them. Yeah, because tomorrow I've got a collab stream with somebody, which is when I'm supposed to do them, and I'll probably do more after the collab stream. And then Tuesday's community game night, Wednesday's webcam Wednesday, Thursday is top 8, Friday is the grind, Saturday, Sunday I'm supposed to take off, but Saturday I'll be streaming the Boar's Hat thing. Sunday I should be streaming the scramble that I'm in. So, hey. How cool. We're taking days off. The plan, as you remember, was work Monday through Friday and then take Saturday, Sunday off. It's just not working out, though. Yo, what up, Stewie? How's it going? Take a break? Nah. That's not what we're doing. Welcome to Streamer Live. No days off. I even I'm making an effort to take days off, and it's just like it's just not working out that way. It's just not working out that way. And I'm like, what the heck? What the heck? I'm actively trying to. Hey team, I sent you over the deck list with some edit. Pretty difficult to reduce to 75 cards, but I played with a local group against 3 different pretty gross into them. Hell yeah, man. I love that. Hell yeah. Even when you do get to the point where you have days off, you actually don't, because you have to keep the algorithm game with shorts on YouTube and all that stupid shit. Yeah, I'm trying to. You know what? I should have messaged the guy that wants to edit shorts for me, and I should have messaged him today, but I just took a nap instead. But I just took a nap instead. Thinking is that guy so patient? Agreed. Agreed. I'm trying to talk myself into not buying a bunch of cards for Paul Phoenix, because I'm going to regret spending $150 on a character who randomly explodes to his own game plan half the time again. I mean, that is a tough sell. That is a tough sell for me to be like, no, play Paul. But then again, I could sell those now nicely spiked Patrick babies to fund Paul. Are you not playing? Are you not playing Patrick baby in Paul? Who was that? Stump. Thank you for leaving the follow. I played your Beast Titan list this evening at Locals, or at least some iteration of it. How was it, Storm? Man, the deck is sick. That's what I'm fucking saying. Paul isn't Paul keyword locked. That card says stun 2 all by its lonesome, and then you give it an extra stun 2, so it's stun 4 in your opening move, and then you play the kick or punch later, and then you do it. What have you found it's weak to? Turn 2 decks, things like Nick, things like combined firepower, things like Devil Gen, you know the things that are like really good in the format right now. I don't get it. I guess I have to do this, and then Click this. Will it yell at me? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I think my deck docs are from January, February. I just don't think that's true. When I click this and I do this, middle screen, bottom right, I got a heart here saying that I did it. And then for February, I got a heart here saying that I did it. But then March, I've got a heart here saying that I did it. But then April, I don't have a heart saying I didn't do it. That was from 2024? Oh my god, that was all the way back from 2024. Holy cow. Yikes. I mean, we can go back and check. That means I owe you a second one? Hilarious. It does look like January. January 25th? Now let's do it. Gotta prune channels again? Yeah, I just didn't realize. Silly. I will have a mod do that at some point. I don't know. Owning a Discord sucks. Check Feb as well. Yeah, it's also there. Yeah. We can make Misplay do that. That's true. I also want to just like delete the whole Discord and start over. I actually just want to press the button and nuke it. I know that's crazy to do, but I'm really thinking about it. It was a Mina 2 deck. Yo. What up, Misplay? How are you? How's life? Oh yeah, right after or before Go Park came out. Yeah. Just got done with a smoke break. Had a good day gambling, you know, healthy life stuff. Hell yeah, man. How's my day been? My day's been okay. I played D&D this morning for a couple hours, and then me and Revy went to dinner, took a nap, and then I'm here live. I'm here live, ready to rock it. How did I like your Chew deck yesterday? I think it's neat. I think it's really neat, Jack. I got to see I got to see it a little bit in teams at nationals. So that was fun. Drop, we're playing a Wild West setting campaign, in like a variant historical setting, and so I am a human. I'm a human bard, and the idea is that I'm a card shark. I know, it's supposed to be roleplay. Just rolled Doc Holiday. Yeah. Okay. Let's rock this. If I've ever watched Tombstone, Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday is both charming and disgusting at the same time. Man's oozing charm and charisma while looking like he's about to keel over from tuberculosis any moment. Yeah, that's very, 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 very similar to what I've got going on. With that, I think, Megan, I'm gonna go ahead and have you skip misplay in line, just because I'm ready for you. Do this and put it in here. I do this. I do this. Get this out of here. Click this, and this looks good. This looks a-okay. I come here. Yeah, we're great. So if you want to come into the waiting room / party room inside of the Discord channel, that would be very cool. I think I'm in the right one. Let me check. Oh, you're not, and this is why I need to change my Discord. I'll just move you. Hello, hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do this. And then speaking of for me?
You hear me right now?
I can. We are good. We are good. I do this. I do this. I do this. I will click the record button and then say, yo, what up? How's it going?
It's going okay. Coming back from my weekend.
Another
And
day in
I had to
paradise?
miss my scramble because it was Living Legend skirmish at the same time. So I had to make a choice.
Yeah, and you decided to play the Living Legend skirmish, or
Yeah, there's Living Legend skirmish for Flesh and Blood.
what character
I
did you
got
play?
I got to play Lexi. I was winning in on the 16 players for the top 4, and I missed it because I was against a chain.
Chain's pretty good. Chain's pretty good. Well, congrats on barely missing out on top 4. That's very dope. But we got a cool bar list here.
Yeah.
Hit me with a pitch. What's going on with this cool bar list?
I am coping so hard on this deck. I think he's got legs against all the aggro decks right now. He's a very defensive list. He gets to, especially stuff like Death Casino Percy and stuff like that. He gets to just kind of live through things. I tested it on Friday just before the skirmish with against a local, and one turn I did -21 with Kuwabara tapping his foundations.
Wow.
To a turn and live with like 7 life, and then I did the Dimension Sword wombo combo and got the kill. So I think he's got legs. But I'm also realize like I'm kind of coping because I love this guy. He's one of my favorites from the show, so I want him to work. The deck so far does okay, but then kind of peters out sometimes.
Okay. So we're looking for consistency?
Consistency. I don't know if my ratios look good. Like, he's so weird because he's cheating on... I like that he's cheating on foundation ratios, kind of. Like, you can run more 2s and more 3s in him because you're just going to discard them and bring them back in.
Right.
But, like, sometimes I turn 1, try to do a 2 cost. I do it, 2 cost again, and I hit my Lethal Slash, and I'm like, and I get 1 combo foundation turn 1.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that is an issue currently with the game with running 2 checks, is the zeros are very scary. And so it's tough to actively want to run 2 checks in a character under the good symbol. But so let's talk. Let's talk. So I'm not gonna care about your sideboard at all. We're not gonna.
Yeah, that's more me thinking for the future. For if I do bring him into store champs.
Yeah. Attacking wise, so the cards that I'm not in love with, truthfully, are things like Bending Blade. I get why it's here. Like, it's pretty decent to like make land a move and then build something in. Sword Get Longer makes total sense to me. Defeating is like a sick kill condition. Dimension Sword picks up basically everything. Is there not a better card than Bending Blade? When I look at the difficulty curve, I want Bending Blade to just be something else, because this card builds you in 3, maybe 4 foundations, like guaranteed. The 6 for 6. This is a 5 for 6 that does something very similar, but like it's trying to all this one's doing is just building in 1. Right? And like it just says that your character works, but every attack should just like say that your character works, you know? So we're gonna just go look at attacks good. His other symbols are earth, fire, and then look at weapons. And we'll see what we have. Man, Upward Disarming Swing is so cool as a card. If it deals damage, destroy rival assets. And it has extra stun. I want to really neat. More rage counters. He probably has more face downs than you. The other thing about this card is I really like it is it's a 4 diff. It's 4 diff asset hate, and you're already like just playing this card as like a 2 of. I kind of like the Upward Disarming Swing. I want to toss it in your sideboard, and we can talk about it more. Canister Creation Strike seems like a pretty good one to trade a foundation for a foundation that you want out of your discard pile. And this one doesn't say that you like don't already have, or doesn't have to stop on your symbol restrictions, right? Like you like bring in these attuned cards. I like that one a lot. Cannon Blast is gone. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the two recommendations that I have. I really like Upward Disarming Swing. I don't know how much you care about my Rebel having assets, because it currently looks like you've got no asset hate. And this card just like says, hey, it's a 4 low for 4 they got to deal with. It's an off zone, right? It'd be the only low attack in the deck. And so the likelihood of them finding and wanting to play low attacks is weird. And then yeah, it's just like extra stats. It's just not quite as big as Bending Blade pre Desperation, right? 15 less health. So what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, because Bending Blade is just numbers too, right? It's like a 5 for 6, I think.
Yeah, it is a 5 for 6. Yeah. So like it's 2 extra damage here, and it's a little faster. But the only thing that this does is like be tough to interact with, which this card also is just tough to interact with because it's the only low in the deck.
Yeah, and it also kind of, I realize it also kind of sucks if you draw into it. Like you do Dimension Sword, and then you get it out of your Dimension Sword, and they just decide to take some damage from Dimension Sword, and you're like, okay, well, my Bending Blade is just numbers now.
Yeah, it's just numbers. I like the disarming swing. You tell me though. What do you want to toss it? If not, like the worst case scenario is we're gonna send this back to you, and we I'm gonna send this back to you, and then you can just make the change yourself, right? Because you'll be able to you'll own the deck.
I think it's a smart call with Therion going up in the meta.
Yeah.
I have not tested the deck into Therion, so I don't know how well he does into Therion. And I do draw a lot, and I do have a lot of card selection, so I think it might be a good call here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this, and here's my thought is I like Canister Creation more than I like Bending Blade. As this resets a thing. It also gets really big if you've got a momentum. So it's like a different copy of Defeating the Colossus Titan. It wears your 3 damage pump very well later on. It also says that if you get hit to 15, very similarly to Defeating the Colossus Titan, you can get to hit the 16. You can lose the 2 health here, put yourself down, and then do the thing. And so there's something cool there. Foundation wise, I think Big Appetite is very bad in the meta right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like it just because I can select it with Dimension Sword.
Okay.
And then I can flip it, draw, and then kill it to rash decisions and bring it back.
So
that's kind of the idea.
My issue is that your character's hand size is not going to be less than your rivals if you're fighting against Nick or Double Jin or Byakko, which were very prevalent in the webcam event yesterday. And I think they're going to be all over the place in the format, right? So as long as you're down for a 2/5 2 low block, that all it says is flip, draw a card, discard a card. That's it. Like the card's fine, but I guess in your deck it's got these which matter for this. But like I would rather go try and find some other fat gum card that does its job rather than just a flip, discard, or draw, discard.
There has to be another draw on at least 2 symbols.
You'd imagine. Let me actually do this, because I think the other thing that you're missing, that I think that every deck should be playing at a 1 of is what's going on here? Sorry. I think every deck should be playing at a 1 of is just Team Dr. Ichigaki. I think this card is just like too strong to not play in somewhere in the deck. Just a blanket cancel your thing.
I was thinking of putting it in the sideboard.
Is just good.
After non-keyword ability is played on a non-character. Yeah, you can just cancel like Science Bros or really anything you want.
Yeah. I also really like Fierce Wings in the current format just because of Patchwork Baby being so crazy, as well as Mitchell being so crazy. Like those are just stun decks. And so like this card is very good for the same reason that, and we will get to it. The Gunsible has a lot of decent zero diffs to deal with the stun keyword. I just don't think you can build them in on off of your character, which is just the trade off that you're gonna have to have. We are. I should just click standard, huh? And then see what that gets me. Come back here. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I think it's just the Team Dr. Ichigaki that I would look at. And then as we look at zero diffs, surprising skill and keeping areas safe are crazy, and I think they absolutely should exist somewhere in your list. I know you can't build them in like you can with the Spirit Beast, but I think that overall, having the Nick randomly pull Patrick off the top, stunning you, and you committing two of their foundations because you've got double surprising skill, like could be the thing that saves your life. Whereas Spirit Boost is just, oh, I can build it if I hit, but why do I want to build a 0/6 blank card? I should just like as soon as I have any other better option, this instantly just comes
in. Fair. And it's the same block mod too, I think.
It's a 4 versus a 3, but anytime you ever see surprising skill, it instantly just like goes in on your board, right? You just like instantly want to slam it. Yeah. Onto the ones. We'll check. Yeah, tuned cards are pretty rough for this guy, as they only have one symbol.
Yeah, the way I'm looking at him is I want about 50% of my foundations to be hittable, and then everything else can be just good foundations.
Sure, I think that's fair. Is it shares two symbols with your character?
It shares 2 symbols. Yeah.
This card shares 2 symbols.
Yeah. So Shobijin. I was looking at it.
Yeah.
I was looking at it, and I'm like, "What is unique? But it's got breaker. But it's unique."
I think you just play. You ready? You play one of it. You blow it up with your steadfast. You hit again on a different turn, and then you play it again. Right? Just like having that idea is like very solid. If you build this, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. Yuck.
Yeah, that's the one I looked at too when Big Appetite rotates out, and I'm like, it's 3 symbols, and you can grab it, and then you can draw, kind of. But it's not great.
I'm not in love with it. This card I think is way better than if we're going to go for the discard redraw, this card does it, and we've got 2 symbols. You discard a card, draw a card. Cards counts as being reviewed, and because it's part of the ability and not the cost of. It says flip draw a card then discard a card. This card is always discard then redraw, but it is if you don't have a hand, which you are a 5-hander, you're allowed to like play 2 of these, have them out on the board, and then on their turn with no cards in hand, you commit number 7 pro hero.
Yeah.
Discard your card, teehee, and then you just redraw. It's 1 diff, not a whatever, and while it's in the card pool, your block modifiers get +1, which means when you get runawayed, if you can figure out how to put this as the top card of the discard pile, if you like mill it all, and they run away, you toss this in, your moves get +1 speed, effectively.
Okay, yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I mean that looks like it's it. We go to 2 diffs. I think Everlight's Grace is a really neato card. I don't know how good it is in your deck, but it is neato.
It's the one that's... When is that again?
After you take damage, mill 2.
Okay, yeah, you mill 2 and add 1.
Yeah, it's neat. My issue is we can't build it in for free, so it's probably like not worth the slot. But...
Yeah, the 2 costs have to be really good. I feel.
Yeah.
And I think most of them I can grab. Even I think there's only Defiant Stance and Keiko's I can't grab.
Yeah.
And Defiant Stance feels like mandatory include in him.
Yeah. Defiant Stance is good. I mean, this might just be the draw power that you're looking for as your 2-diff. Just play it as the draw power.
Which one? Double sword?
Double sword.
It's already
yeah.
being run as
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like we figure out how to cut some number of big appetite because of the double sword, and just be like, don't use it for the commit for the plus or minus, and then its job is just to be that draw power. Then you destroy it, bring it back. It's more draw power.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I'm playing it.
Okay.
Just like flip, kill it, and then I like having more draw.
Yeah. I mean, you're a 5-hander, right? You want the draw. You're a real ass 5-hander. Like the way that you cheat your hand size is by building out of your discard pile. Nice try is not terrible in this slot either, as you get to, I guess. So you can play out your strings and then commit it, and then re-ready it on their turn in order to get a bunch of value that way, which is not abysmal, right?
Yeah. Just gonna have to find the Mirio precon for that one.
Yeah. Build the weapon. It's so lame this is a spinner response. I think this card would see like real play if it wasn't. It's funny we got it in the Heroes of Exandria set.
Yeah. If it only didn't say spinner response on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Non-character effect killed this one. Lost in Thought is so interesting. Huh. Wards protect and strong lined up.
Yeah, Lost in Thought is nice. I thought about putting it in. I found it was only really great in the case that I would get an early what's the name? Sword get longer. Because then I would often have an attack in there, but when I didn't get it, it just felt like just put in a foundation and then that way it's on flip. That's about all it did.
Researching the answer is so interesting because it shares 2 symbols and we can build it in, and then we're a 6-hander, and then we drew a card every turn. If I have 6 or more face-up foundations, exactly 1 copy in your stage, and our character gets to just like, if I hit you, build in a card. I understand that we want multiples, but I think like this card is going to be online so often with our character. I think at a 1 of it is not bad.
Okay. See what you mean there.
The top. Okay, so let's take let me just do my due diligence. There's right here, no manipulations, thoughts. Okay. So as we take and we look at the cards that we have now added, right? The things that I think are mandatory are some amount of surprising skill keeping Ares safe. I really think these cards are important. I'm going to click difficulty so we can sort it by this. And I don't think Spirit Boo Poo is worth it.
Okay, you do a replace on that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. And I'm down for like a 2-2 split so you can figure out which of these 2 you like more. I also like don't hate just playing keeping Ares safe with the 4 of, because I think surprising skill is we can't block with it, and we are going to want to block a little bit, you know? Yeah, so I think I'm just going to slam the keeping area safes in for now, and then we'll see what happens. Okay. Rash decisions. Sacrifice a foundation, it gets +1 damage. Interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of like the loop I'm trying to go for. The idea here is like, I can use something like Big Appetite that makes me draw, or really anything that like flips itself to do something or commits itself to do something, and then kill it, and then like use it, kill it, and then if I hit, I get it back.
Yeah.
And on something like D-Sword, where you go like +3 speed, and then you're like +1 damage, and now it's at 6/5, which is nice. If they don't have things left to deal with that, you often just get it back.
Okay, so for that reason, maybe we do just keep the Big Appetite in. but maybe we like drop it down to like a 2 of. Like it's a
Yep.
2 of, and then we like play. We're gonna take practical studies down to a 2 of, and we toss in double number 7 pro hero, and now all of the. I mean, this card can also be just be added in, and it's more draw power. I just took out a 1 diff for it. It's either that or we can take like a Soulful Rendition, but I want to look at like researching the answer. I think absolutely deserves to be in here at a 1 of.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if it's just like slam it on top and make it a 70 card list. I think that there is value in you finding this card, and
I think you took out an extra card because I should be. I'm at 21 attacks usually.
Oh, I only put in 1 disarming swing.
1 disarming swing, yeah. So we'd be at that.
So we're at 71. My issue here is the fact that like how good is thinking on the fly for like the deck, right? What's our?
It's kind of just there because it's a 3 symbols that I can grab
Sure.
in the worst thing, and if they do block my opener, plus 3 speed is not bad. That's why it's here as a 2 of.
Yeah.
It's buildable.
We can grab this. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like my thought here is like we could take this down to a 1 of. We could take this down to a 2 of, to like cut some cards, because our character actively wants to play more attacks on the turn, because the foundations that we would be drawing as a not 5-hander, we're going to be just building in with our character, hopefully. Like that's the goal, right? And so we want to play more orange cards on average than not. And so like having this as a lower deck count makes sense to me, even though we do have things like this card draws, this card draws, this card builds a bunch to like make things nice and quick. I like actively want to zoom with my attack. I mean, you're even playing things like capture the target, which as a 5-hander is tough to get off, because having 3 attack cards is a little difficult, right? And so it might even be things that like maybe, I mean, I don't want to cut more practical studies, because I think this repeatable speed until you land the move is good, but like maybe it's tough as punk becomes a 3 of, and I know that's like, and that's just for the consistency of I want to see more attacks so that I can play more moves and then build more foundations to then hold more blocks, so I don't even have to use my top enhance to like minus damage, because I kept the foundations to block with, you know. And so like this is now a 68 card list. My block zones still look fine. I think we lowered the low blocks just a little bit, but
we're it's kind of the one that's been hurting the most in the deck building. But
and I think that the low attack zone is like not hyper relevant right now in the meta game. Like we saw a low attack pony, and that's basically it. We haven't seen like a ton of like I'm gonna sling a bunch of lows.
I could drop the Soulfuls completely and just run Shobijin once instead too.
I don't hate that either. I mean, we can even like build in the Shobijin. They're both asking you to block, right? And so you ready? We can do this. We do this here, and then maybe it's like a singular always cool to like we can't build it in, because I think 68 is like a totally chill number to be at. Maybe there's a low block that we cut previously. I mean, maybe we take thinking on the fly and drop it back, push it back up. And now when I look at difficulty, yeah, I think this is acceptable. Like this looks good. It's either that or we take and we kill the thinking, bring it back down to the 1 of, and we like put in double surprising skill for more consistent builds on turn 1. And so now we've got 6 zeros, so that like a build 3, build 4 is like really safe, because the more zeros we have, the more likely that we can build 3 foundations and not get lethal slashed, and like be like, whoops, I guess I built 2 past, and you're gonna just kill me. Like build 3, I get to like, that's -3 damage on a thing, and that could like save my life maybe, you know. And also these cards can't be stunned, so then I'm now allowed to commit them to minus your stats for real, you know. And so like this is now a 69 card list. I think we've cut a singular card. Yeah, I would maybe give this a shot, and I think the only thing that I'm missing is just Team Ichigaki. His card's crazy, but
Mhm.
it is trying to keep this as low as possible. You said toss it in the sideboard. I think you easily, like, every game you're gonna be like, man, if only I had canceled this enhance, and you're like, well, Ichigaki could have canceled it.
Yeah, like if only I could have canceled one of those CFPs or
Yeah, 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 yeah,
anything
yeah.
like
Or
that.
the City Rampage goes off, or man, Nick Reagan ripped the True 100% off the top. I'll cancel the True 100% enhance that you tried to do. Um, yeah, it is. It is. Uh, this is probably where I would be like, here's my next round of testing, is to look
Yeah.
at this.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's. Yeah, I'm gonna try something like this.
Love it.
I think I have access to an extra Shobijin. My friend got an alt art, so I'll just buy it off him.
Dope, dope, dope. I mean, if anything, just run it on TTS before you start like messing with things. You know, like that's the point of the program. Go jump in a Discord somewhere and be like, hey, I'm trying to test out a Kuwabara deck. Please be nice, and then smash their face in and go, that was sick. That's what I did
Yeah.
last Monday with Beast Titan.
Yeah, like I said, I think he's got actual legs in how aggressive the meta is because he's so defensive. Like he's
Yeah.
like 21 damage like on it was on an order Percy deck, and you're just throwing all this stuff at me, and I'm like, just all right. I know you have a patchwork baby that's gonna come in for a whole bunch of damage, but I'm gonna just commit everything before it comes in.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
There's a world where you could look at my number one foundation pick in the current format is just Desperate Struggle. I think Desperate
that's on
Struggle is
life,
like
isn't it?
crazy,
Oh.
and it's on fire, and so I don't know. Obviously,
Oh
we're
wait, I'm thinking desperate, the other desperation thingy, desperate struggle. That's on fire.
3/5 response after my rival plays an ability. After the rival's attack speed or damage increases, put it back to printed. And so they put this
Okay.
big damage up to printed, and then you put it back to their 4 or whatever, and then you Kuwabara it down to 0 and go, no, no, no. Nice
Yeah,
try.
I don't think that would change the foundations that much either.
It would change the foundations a ton because it's not on the good symbol, it's on the fire symbol. And so uh when it comes
Yeah, but even then, I'm not running like besides keeping Airy in this new one. Practical
big thing that you're
studies.
leaving is Defiant Stance. Right? Which is
Yeah,
like
that feels like such a mandatory thing.
super important. So
Like
if you can find like a
the
fire card that like does something very similar to what Defiant Stance does, I think that you could maybe rock it. But yeah, you're saying like imagine that Percy goes off and you go, actually that 5 damage move is now back to 5 damage, and I'll commit me 5 foundations. You did 0 after blowing all of your combined fire powers. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, great. That sounds all great. I'm gonna get some cards out and maybe mess around and think, because I think better with physical cards in my hand.
That is fair. Well, hey, stay on the line long enough for me to shoot you the list, and you have a good turn, okay?
Yeah.
We'll see ya. Okay. So I do this, and then I'm now going to send this to you. And then what I want out of you is... please show more. Yeah. What I want out of you is you're going to copy this list and edit the name. So you're going to... If you're still watching on the stream on Discord, you're going to click copy here, and then you're going to come across the aisle here, and then edit name. And then the list will be yours.
Copy. Why is it not letting me edit the name? Oh, there we go. All changes, save. I'm gonna make it private. Perfect.
Dope. Have fun.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Well, you're welcome. Peace.
Peace.
Hello. You're muted. Oh, I I'd be very quiet. Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I am. Which month are you asking for?
I think I owe you two, so you send me a list, buddy, and we'll make it happen.
Send you a list? Okay,
Send
cool.
me whatever you want to talk about. I'm down.
I'm gonna send you the list I think you'll enjoy doing the most.
I appreciate that.
Because it's the deck I actually have almost put actual money into this time without actually playtesting it.
Okay.
Mm. This one. And, key.
Okay.
And the name is very original.
It looks it. It looks it. Let me copy this up. I'm still streaming on Discord for you.
Yes, I am actively watching it.
Love it. Okay, I'll hit the refresh button. That's fine. Hey, there it goes. Put this into Deck Doctor. Okay. Right. I click Deck Doctor. We go there. We put this back on. I click the record button and then say, "Yo, what up? How's it going, buddy?"
Nothing much. Just got a Jester Lavore 2 dot for you.
Exciting. Exciting. I love Jester. Traveler's Faithful is a neat card. So hit me with the pitch. What do we got going on?
So the idea here is my first deck ever was Tokoyami 1. So I want to play as many spells, cheating progressive in quotation marks, and kind of just kill in one turn.
I love that. I think that's very cool.
If it's turn 3, it's turn 3. If it's turn 2, it's turn 2, and I live.
Okay. And so the idea is how many spells can we play? It looks like you're on the chaos symbol.
Yes,
Is there
that looks like it has the best support because of the older stuff from the Challenger decks.
Yeah, is there a budget constraint?
No.
Okay. All right.
Currently, I have not touched this since budget constraints were hit, but for testing purposes, there is no budget. Currently, I'm running 2 BFEs instead of Spellstorm.
Okay. I think that's fair. Here is the instantly out of the spells that I don't like. I think Warding Sigil is not very good. I'm not a fan of this one.
It had Jester's face on it, and I was like, you know what? I'll play it because it's funny.
That's fair. I think this is not a very good ability. I get the EX3 is very cool, but eh. I think the 6 damage is neat. I think there's better stuff that we can do. And then Crotch Lightning is cool, but only if you've got Spirit Unicorns. And so like I like this card as an idea, but I'm not positive that it sticks. I'm gonna take and refresh here. We should now expand folders, set current deck. I refresh, copy gesture, love it. Chaos. This is fire water attack spell. Let's take a peek. So, I am first off. I love Mariner's Spellbolt in here. I'm bummed. I'm disappointed that I didn't think about it. This card is so silly of selectively, adding their cards back to their hand. It's so good.
I had that card in pre-release and in its deck meant for it, and it was amazing.
Yeah. Channeling Spell Seal I think is crazy. I think this is a 4 of in every deck. It lets you draw cards, which is going to give you more hand advantage to then play more cards. It says your next one gets speed and damage, which lets you land your moves a little easier, and it's a 4 diff that makes your next move as good as this. And it also says that like their block tricks of Breaker don't work on this one, so you got to find something else. I'm a huge fan of Channeling Spell Seal. Inventor's Creation is another one of those cards that like are a decent 2 of I'm down to just remove a Spellstorm from my discard pile, and now I have powerful 3 on my moves. I'm down to remove a Spirit Unicorn, and I've got EX3 on a move. Yes, it's a 4 low for 4, but like it is, I think that it is decent enough to actively want to play.
I'm going to be 100% with you. I didn't know that had still keyword when I built the deck.
Yeah, it certainly does. And the other thing that I really like is I like Targeting Blast as a card. So it's very fast. It does not hit very hard, but if you've got the Spire out, it is a 5 damage. It's a 5 for 5 4 diff that says your next one gets +2 speed. And so you're like, if you go, I'll refresh here. If you go Channeling Spell Seal as your opener, which they don't necessarily want to deal with, because they know the next one's going to get bigger. Well, if they don't deal with it, they draw a card, so they block it. You then go Targeting Blast, which is now a 6 mid for 5, 6 mid for 6 if we've got the Spire out, that might draw us a card because of Spire. And then says the next one gets +2 speed. We then play the Spellstorm. It starts to say 7 high for whatever, and that's just a 3-card tactic that goes crazy, and that is not to mention whatever Spirit Unicorns we happen to have already played.
Just sitting there.
Yes. And so, like, I think
Sadly,
that this one is very cool as well.
I wish Spirit Unicorns was worded just differently enough to where it says that this is the first card counting towards progressive. It still gets the benefit, but then it'd be too broken.
Why? Why does that matter?
Because currently it only the first one is free from progressive.
Oh,
every copy after that.
Yeah. Yes. That is correct. I mean, and like Spirit Unicorns in Across Lightning is like a very good tactic. But I want to like drop this down to a 2 of. I think you're just supposed to. I think you're supposed to kill the sigil, and I want to. How many cards is this? 67. I want to increase
We
our
can cut down
attack count just ever so slightly, and I might actually just kill Crotch Lightning because I just don't think we need this one.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
I threw it in there because it was the wording on it made it seem like it was always active, and then they eroded it to where it's not always active.
Maybe I put it back? Question mark? I mean, hell, there's a world where we would play Spirit Lollipop. So this card's really interesting in our character. So this is the 5 diff that we would play, right? Because we are only, I guess Spirit Unicorn is a 5 diff. This would be our 5 diff because I'm allowed to pick it up with Jester and then randomly give something +3 damage.
Yep.
And it also says, like, if it's blocked, your next one gets +3 damage, which they're going to actively want to block, so you can't re-ready stuff. I actually really like Spirit Lollipop here. That's kind of cool. That's neat. That's neat. Okay. The next thing that I demand that we change is we're going to play 3 Spire of Conflicts. This card's broken on our character.
Mind you, I built the deck and I hadn't touched any of these cards yet, so this was before pre-release. So I was like, Spire will be a 1 of. It's a unique asset.
This one's broken. It says all our moves get damage, and it says response commit a foundation after your spell deals damage, draw a card. Our character says re-ready a card. And so on the very first move, when I play my Spirit Unicorns, I check my 5, I'm A-okay. I hit you, I respond Spire draw, I respond Jester re-ready, respond Spirit Unicorns +1 to my next. And so everything gets essentially 25% more damage, and
yep.
I have a draw engine online that says I'm not a 7-hander. I'm bigger. I'm playing 3 of this one.
Understandable.
Yeah, it's very good.
Have a nice day.
What does the Mighty 9 do? Draw 2 cards on the table if I've dealt. It's got deflect 2. I'm not
in a 20 health person. I was also kind of go with a theme of having, thematic. She's in the Mighty 9. Might as well have it in there.
That's totally
I'm fine with
fair.
it being cut.
Let's take it down to a 1 of. I think flavor wins. From here, let's take a look at the foundations that we get. The first thing that I like is pitching in. I think this card's very cool in this character, and I'm bummed I didn't see it. This one's super neat.
I love pitching in. I've always loved pitching in. Just because it's a 6 check, and I can go, oh look, I have a 5 check on top. I have
Yeah.
a attack in my on top because I fear the runaway.
No, I dig it. Let's go look at some actions, assets, backups. We don't care if they're spells. We want standard. We are chaos, fire, water, search. Okay, so magic boost is really interesting with Spellstorm, as it counts as a bonus spell to be used, and it's 2/2. And I think the important thing about this is it's speed on top, and it is 1 difficult, like it is +1 progressive for your ideas. But the big thing about this is when we take and we do this, it like we put the +1 progressive, but we make it up because of our thing.
Damage.
I don't or re-ready is what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
yes, we increase the difficulty, but I get to re-ready my foundation and then continue to play the game. And so I like spell or magic boost in here strictly off of what it does with Spellstorm. But I think the inconsistency of hey, this is going to be a one of is like probably not needed. I think you should play Sean.
You want me to play the sexy man? Hell yeah.
I think you should play Sean, and here's the reason why. 1, Sean helps you pass checks when you string out. And 2, Sean makes you a mage, so now your Spellstorm has EX2.
You told me I can play the sexy man. I'm in.
Yeah. I think
That's
Sean
all I
is
needed.
absolutely worth it in the list, just as a one of.
That's fine with me.
Scale in hand is decent in the list, especially because it just says that if your moves are blocked, which we don't want them to be, your later moves get +3 damages as well. And because we don't want them blocked because of Jester. And so, like, I think Scalen's hand might actually be better than Wound Restore in this case.
Fine with me.
Yeah, I play Scalen's hand. It says it has to be the first attack you played. Yeah, I play Scalen's hand. I play Spirit Unicorns. It's on the 6. I check my 5. Hopefully, I check my 6. And then, anytime that they block, my moves get +3 damage. Anytime that they don't block, I re-ready a thing, gain a health, and then Spirit Unicorns gives it +1 damage. And then also, when you are chain blocking, it just says that all the moves get -3 damage as you chain block. And
Awesome.
this card commits characters. That's pretty good.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh god, I don't read cards very well apparently.
Yeah, it
That's
says
what I'm learning too.
commit from one rival non-character card. You may spend a momentum. If you do, commit your rival's character instead. And so if they have an onboard piece that you think is going to be hurtful, you just play Scanlan's hand and get rid of that. Or if you just don't want their character to work, you spend the momentum, which you probably got because of, playing a bunch of attacks, and then being like, gotcha.
Yep.
Taking a bit of a peek here. No, we don't have enough. There's a World War City Rampage 5 diff spells is the way to go, just because this one doesn't count. But it might be.
It is an idea that I am not willing to risk.
Cape's in the sideboard. Okay, Genkai's in the sideboard. Okay. Yeah, I think that this is all.
Where Cape and Genkai's come in, I have no earthly idea.
I mean, it's just Mighty 9 Knots Flask Scalen's hand, right? You can even toss Sean. Like
Yeah.
you've got enough non-whatever cards that I think that is decent. Let's take and look. 0 diffs. As we look, I think a Master's Pride is really good. I think it's probably better than Save a Million. So after you block, look at the top card of your deck, you can discard it. Their next move gets essentially +1 speed for me to try and block is not better than if I re-ready all my stuff at the end of my turn.
Fair.
And there's also like a bit of snap momentum that we can do under the chaos symbol to like make this be real. And we don't.
I think Save a Million was there for block zones. That's why I think Save a Million was there.
Okay. Well, we'll find better.
That was the reason.
If you're ready, I'd rather just play more tough skins and and something. I'd rather play more tough skins and more hostile introductions than the save mode.
Yeah.
So like this, not changing anything. This could be this. This could be this, and then we just kill the save a million. I think this one's actively bad.
Okie dokie.
Inspiring song, crazy. This one's not on our deck. This one is so
Because I
silly.
didn't realize it was that good.
This one is silly. I'm gonna put it in the sideboard. I really like Rejuvenating Prayer to 1 of in pretty much every water deck that there is. If you've got a first enhanced that you are down to play, just saying if it's blocked, gain a health is just good, especially in the character that does not want your moves to be blocked. Like I'm a fan of this one. Randomly Deflect 2 is okay. It's a spell, so if it somehow gets in your card pool and you Spellstorm, you flip it. It's just a neato idea. All of this together is very cool. I can taste sound is primo. Let me check this.
I saw that card and saw it was on Chaos and went, or Water and went, yes!
Yeah.
Free advantage.
That one is neat. Emerging Threats. Just kidding. Horrifying is great. Swallowed by the Abnormal, we don't have any of those. Capture the Target seems like a pretty decent one for the I want to string out 100 cards deck.
Yeah.
Somebody hates Pony. I can tell.
You know why I hate Pony?
Hmm.
Because I watch your stream and your top 8s all the time, and I don't hate Pony. I fear Pony.
Ah, that is fair. That is fair. I'm not against a scoop fan. I think you just got to deal with what God gives you.
I think if it's on top, if there's an attack on top, and I haven't used gestures or enhance yet, I could bin the attack and attempt to pick it up. That's
Okay.
the idea with it.
Okay.
It's not to mess with my checks. It is solely to further the game plan of string out.
Sure. Okay. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this. Too many buttons.
Wait, I remember now. I do need you to do me a humongous favor.
What's up?
I know you're going to tell me this is a horrible card to put in here.
Mhm.
I need you to put a 1 of League Invitation because it's still legal.
Okay.
It's the one card that I will play until it rotates. It's 2/6.
Am I crazy? Am I just? Oh, I'm typing.
You're typing it into difficulty. LEA.
That should have just worked. That's okay. We'll do 2 diffs. We'll go. It's the very last card. We will toss it in.
Woohoo! That's
It's
exactly
League
the
interview.
copy I have.
It's League interview.
League Interview.
Yeah. I was typing
Interview.
Invitation. Okay, back to 2s. Okay. Fortune's favor. What's this guy got going on? It's a 6. That's really neat.
The idea is because Grog is a problem in my local scene.
Sure. I think that's fair. Oh, it's probably in the sideboard. It's probably just in the sideboard. It's in the sideboard. Yeah, you can do whatever sideboard you want. Might be. Flipper Foundation that hasn't been ready this combat phase is kind of silly. That's what our character already does. Nah.
It helps with the bad checks.
I think. I mean, if this is the case, I think Family Secret is pretty decent. If you check a 3, check is +1, and you get to re-ready it, as it is. I don't hate this one. If we've got room, I think like a 2 of it's kind of neat. I also love long range support as bonus draw, but I think that the Spire is going to just do better for us. I am such a Titan's Pursuit fan. I'm going to put it in the
What
list.
is a Titan's Pursuit?
After your attack is completely blocked, you top card deduct your momentum.
Okay, momentum.
It says +3.
Yeah.
If you block my move, +3 damage on Spellstorm. and then that is how we get to
Yeah.
re-ready the whatever cards. I love Titanic
The
Combat here. It's very cool. I actually want to. We're probably gonna increase that number. I think it's actually supposed to be like a 4 of.
I saw commit ability.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's super super good. I
I thought
don't
about
think
I thought about
Doodler is
doing
worth it. I don't think that
Eh.
it does say commit a foundation. I think that your spell attack in stun 1, if it's blocked mill 1, is not as good as we're not 4xing Titanic Combat, which is just like guaranteed it's 2 damage stun 1, as well as if you take an unblocked damage, build 1 face down. Like, it's not worth the mill, you know? That's the
Yeah.
only thing that's different. But also, I guess it's 1 block zone better. I don't think I think it's just better that way. I think elasticity is super good right now, but I don't know where we get to put
we put it in.
Yeah. Anti-stun I think is really relevant. This card's very neat because if they do a response cancel defensively, you then hit them, you get to re-ready the incredible display,
Yeah.
which I think is dope. Same thing with this guy, is if blocked and then you build in a foundation. I think it's a 1 of. It's very cool.
And then you play another attack, and then you ready it and repeat the cycle forever
Yeah.
until you run out of foundations in hand.
Especially because of how much we get to draw off of Spire.
Yep.
Okay, let's check our 3 diffs. These will be limited, as in this deck we have the 2 check, but in your actual list, the one that we currently have
list.
right
I
now,
have a 3. Yeah.
I think there's plenty of 3s that we can play. I don't hate Prelude to
I looked at 'em.
Destruction.
I looked at all of them, and I'm like, there's nothing that's really interesting besides maybe Sacrifice.
I think we are supposed to play Sacrifice. I think this one is very good. Button Collector is pretty okay. I'll commit. I'll draw a card. I'll hit you. I'll re-ready it back.
Yeah.
Seems decent.
As a 2 of at most,
Yeah.
so you don't get the flip.
It's probably gonna get cut, but I don't mind. I don't mind looking at it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bother with the 4 diffs. Okay, so let's talk about the cards, the foundations inside of the deck that I'm not a fan of. Right. I'm not a Best Detectives fan. I think that there's
That's
better
fine.
things that we can be doing. I'm not a Mischievous Doodler fan. I'm not a commit. This deck is +2 damage. I don't think we need this one. I think that this is just the better version of this card.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would rather just
It's a 1 diff
play 4
also.
of. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I don't think Power in the Blightstaff is needed because of the fact that we're gonna more consistently have Spire out. I think there's better 1 diffs that we can be playing. And like if they put us down to 3, this card's just blank for the rest of the game. There's no way I'm gonna gain 17 back. That's not happening. That's not what our deck does.
Yep.
I like the big 3. I think this one is super neato. If there's 3 more attacks in my card pool, draw a card. That's neat. Let's look at our stats real fast. We are missing high blocks, so let's now take and block zone. Let's look at the highs. We've got things like elasticity, fast friendship, fearsome transformation that are all decent. Sacrifice for the cause. We'll put Sack in at the 1 of. Why not? I think
even with the 2 check.
Even with the 2 check, I think the 1 of is fine. I think fearsome transformation is totally still worth it. I get a poke in, and now I just get to draw a bunch of crazy cards. This puts us to 71. How are we at 71 cards? What has happened?
Because we're adding cards and not really subtracting them.
We just took so many out. I guess I have so many low blocks, right? There's a low block here. There's 8 low blocks here with the Targeting Blast. Maybe Targeting Blast gets to come back out. Yikes. I like this one, though. I think this one's neat. What's a little
I don't know what to tell you, damn.
Yeah, tough. Oh, I don't like to get the scoop. I'm killing this one.
That's fine.
That one's gone. Okay, back down to 69, and we got some mid blocks to cut.
Before you continue on, nice. If you touch it, I will riot.
So interesting. Maybe Scalen's Hand deserves to be a 1 of, And then
No, it's if you can cut League Interview. It's the meme at this point.
I think we're just supposed to kill Mighty Nine. I think we're gonna draw so many cards off of this one that this one is gonna be bonus. Okay. I'm down to keep the League Interview. I think the League Interview is not a bad card, truthfully, for me to. I'll League Interview. I'll play Spirit Unicorns. If I check I check a 4 or check a 3. I checked a 4. I'll commit the League Interview to make it 5. I hit with the Spirit Unicorns. I re-ready it. It all pay for itself. Like I get it.
Yep.
I'm here for it. I think that is decent enough. It might be the big 3 just has to leave. It's like
Sadness on the
that
draw power
and Knott's Flask. I think the draw power is going to come from Spire like so much. I think we're going to play so many attacks, man. And then I think the Flask has to leave, just to get this number down, because we just want to be aggressive, right? 22 attacks. I think 66 is our game plan, and then I think we just want. I mean, I'm down for just like 2 more high blocks, which I want to put in the main board or in the attack slot, but I get that we're not. So I think maybe the answer is like either a spell or fast friendship or elasticity. I think either one works. Taking a look at our 2 diffs. We've got so few 2 diffs that I think we absolutely could make it to the elasticity and feel fine. And it's like an on-board Scalen's hand rather than, and then it also is like stun hate gives you a momentum. I like the elasticity a lot.
all these words are making sense to me.
Yeah, 66 is very clean. I mean, 19, 28, 19 looks fine. And I think that, I mean, we didn't lose any offense on the turn. I mean, this is 2, 2, 3, 3, and then this is here. This is here to like stun you 1, draw me a card. I redraw. I mean, this is all great here. And then this is a surefire 1-2 punch to grab some momentum. Yeah, I think I'm here for it. This is nice.
I figured you'd like this deck because Jester is your favorite character.
Yeah, I forgot about Mariner's Spellbolt just existing as a spell on the water symbol, and it made me absolutely want to go back and retry this. So I'm probably going to be playing this on community game night at some point, and like seeing how it feels and like what should change and what should move. But I think this card is like crazy. I think this card's crazy.
I saw this and went, this is the card for me. Out of all the cards in the set, I think this is the deck for me.
Yeah. I want to do a quick little look. Blessed Metal, if I've gained health, draw, harness, Mighty Blitz is kind of neat. And then Storm of Arrows is so interesting in a deck like this.
Can it remove spells? Or is it just ranged?
It's ranged weapon cards, but and she says after a spell hits, if your spell attack goes damage.
Which it is a spell.
It's a spell, but it's tough to like. I got Flaming Arrow, and like that's the only ranged weapon that exists.
Does it have to be ranged and weapon?
It has to be ranged and weapon.
Ew.
Yeah. Welcome to my life, dude. Welcome to my life. If you have another spell or attack in your card pool, clear an attack from your card pool, add an attack from discard pile to your card pool in any position. You can add in Spirit Unicorns.
This is true.
That's kind of neat. Okay, that's not good enough. All right. I think
progressive.
I think this is the list, buddy.
Perfect. I will suffice losing a deck dock for Jester.
Hell yeah. Stay on the line long enough for me to shoot the list, and you have a good rest of your night.
Absolutely.
Okay? We'll see you, buddy.
Yes, sir. You too.
Okay. I'm here, and then there's that for you.
Perfect. I will hop back in chat.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
Au revoir.
All right. Spellbolt and positional advantage. Positional advantage. This is the only attack in your card pool. Your rival adds 1 foundation from their stage to their hand. That is very annoying. Looking for air water characters. Air, water, character, match selected. Go. Match selected character. Go. Keyleth. Midoriya. Midoriya would be very good with it because we get to give it speed. Toru. Yuck. Ochako. They're both mids, right? Yo, Andrew Holder with a 10 gifted. Holy cannoli, man. What was that for? Thank you so much. Whoa. That's so nice. Thank you so much. Chat, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take 5 minutes, and then I will be back. I think I've got misplay up next. So give me just a second. I'm gonna put a coin flip on. We'll do this. Excuse me. Yo, Paul with the 5 gifted. What is going on? Thank you guys so much. That's so kind. All right, here's that. I will be right back. Okay. In submission, flip a coin. It is heads. Please enjoy Misplay's hard-earned money. Speaking of Misplay, you're up, buddy.
Hey yo, what up?
Hello.
Chat, you're welcome for your points. Remember, I only come once a year. I'm like Santa Claus.
Okay. I want this. This is here. This is here. I've made a copy. I want to move this to here. Deck ducks. Boop. And then refresh. This is caduceus. And then I click this. Oh. And then I click this button and then say, yo, what up? How's it going, buddy?
Yo, what up? It's going good, bud.
That's good.
Caduceus.
That's good to hear. Caduceus, hit me with a pitch. What's going on? What's going on with this one?
It is funny shenanigans. This is a deck I've been having a lot of fun with. It's very reminiscent of an old Magic the Gathering deck that I liked called Scapeshift, where basically just one card causes a lot of individual triggers to go onto a stack almost.
Sure.
And do a bunch of little ping damage essentially. And our form of ping damage will be our good friend Death Rattle that we all.
Yeah.
I know you've been playing a lot of Death Rattle here lately, so I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the main combo is to have a momentum, and then we just simply play Grovekeeper's Authority, the newest 7-diff attack from Critical Role. And when we do this, we will build all of our unique backups from our discard pile in multiples. So we'll build like 3 Sean Gilmores if we have them in there.
Yeah.
And then when they'll come in, due to the rules, we'll have to slowly start to sacrifice them, which actually does cost stop points each time we have to sacrifice a unique one when it checks. Therefore, each additional backup we build in turns into 1 damage for each Death Rattle we have.
Right.
So 1 Grovekeepers, I've already had one burn someone for 20 damage just by because I had 3 Death Rattles out.
Yeah.
And that's just how you do it. We also run things like Harness Undeath, which basically does similar things to Grovekeepers, but burns them with them in the discard pile. And then we have Hunter's Ally, which is I really like the interaction of it with Jared, being able to build Jared in and then throw him into the card pool to just keep looping Hunter's Ally is a very neat thing. It also can be used as almost a baby Grovekeepers to build in a backup that we already have just to trigger Death Rattles, because we'll sacrifice one of them.
I dig it.
But yeah, other than that, the deck really just wants to try and play defense, use Caduceus's big health total and his healing factor to try to survive, while building up a discard pile that we can slowly just combo kill them. We have things like Dual Needle Lunge so that in a throw, just to make sure we can get momentum at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And then outside of that, I just need help finding as much ways to play the good old life defense that we love so much.
Yeah, so I think attack-wise, I don't think there's anything necessarily that I want to change. I can do a quick search. This is on life. We have death and earth.
Yeah.
I'll do the world's quickest scan, but I think you pretty much got it covered. I mean, if anything, that you actually like want less copy. I mean, there's like a world where like we play like a help or harm, block with it and redraw, or block with it and gain more health to like play defense. Bagpipe Cacophony to grab us a backup, like on the block, and then it also says that you set up your Grovekeeper's Authority correctly. Of you play the Cacophony, stack your deck how you want, and then Grovekeeper's on the 8, and you just like know you're not checking poorly.
True.
And also like on block, go pick up a thing.
Yeah.
Or it's on a charge. Beep bop boop. The big thing that I think that I'm missing personally is just the fact that like, what if we just like lose all of our what if we lose all of our Grove Keepers in some way by like checks? I have to cycle through my entire deck to get them back. So I think like just jumping ahead, I'm missing like an Urmeshi's Perseverance to like really feel good.
I'd be down with it.
I don't hate
that's a
Canister
quick way to
Creation
thought.
Strike as well. I'll destroy a. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna veto Canister just because I keep putting it in consideration. It's not a there was that weird buyout with it. And it's like $50 a copy right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're getting hit with some weird buyouts here lately, but there's only like 2 on CCG for like 50 when I last checked. So I was wanting to get it for Tyrion, but
what a fake game.
yeah, man, our game's supposed to be cheap. We don't get prizes, we don't get monetization with our winnings and stuff. So unless you play in webcam circuits, right?
Hey
yo, we said the thing. Sign up for your next webcam circuit. I think it's going up tonight, everybody.
It was supposed to go last night. Question mark.
It's probably already up. Go check, everybody.
Yeah. Tasty riff.
Not a big riff gamer. I'm also just the biggest 2-check hater there is, though.
Tetra Chair is funny.
It is funny. Just to pick up Harness. I've thought about it as there's an Elder list I've seen. I think Travis may be working on it. That was similar to an Elder list I was doing with this kind of idea. And yeah, it's just playing it as like a 2 just to pick up the Harnesses is pretty neat.
Okay, so for Caduceus, the things that I've added is Canister Creation. This card says pay 2 health, remove a 1 diff, build Death Rattle, and then you get to play Replicator to build in more Death Rattles, and then we feel great. Spirit Gun Mega, very fast, because we give speed or we give damage? Oh, we give plus damage.
We give damage.
So the goal of this is I discard, I go find Grove Keepers, which is the thing that I would be afraid of. I'd be afraid of just like not finding this card in my 5-hander.
For sure.
Dragon Strike is if they have an onboard answer, this just stops it, right? If they've got a Nonagon, if they've got a whatever.
Yeah.
All right, I'll open Dragon Strike, I'll flip your thing, and then also, and then Deadlock Response, which we are for sure gonna go to. I will block with it, grab 2 momentum. Grove Keepers is instantly online, unless you just like rejuice smash it like a 2-of does not feel terrible.
For sure.
There's not a great way for us to discard to like snap the momentum that we want, but I think that this card is good enough to warrant looking at just for defense to make your health total just an obnoxiously high amount of regain.
I hear you. I'm willing to let this deck get to like upwards of like no more than 69 cards probably, but like there is some wiggle room for the size because obviously having a little bit bigger discard pile works for this idea since we want the backups in there. But.
Yeah. Let's look at our actions, assets, backups. Speaking of,
yeah.
Are
I think the only backup we're not really playing is like Rainy.
Which is crazy. Why are we not playing that one?
Cause I don't know, man. I don't want to. I don't. We should. Honestly, it should be a 4-0.
This one is very good. It lets you have more stuff. It says your Desperate Pleas are more alive. It says whenever they do flip your whatever
Death Rattles, you can
unflip
no,
them.
Worse.
It
No,
says your Wild Owl
said what I
Pussycats
said.
are more live.
Yes.
Yeah,
I said what I said, and then I realized the mistake.
Yeah, I think it is like, and it like we're down just to flip the number 10.
Yeah, it should be an overkick at least, I think.
Bring change to the world. Man, I have no idea what this card does. Okay. We're looking.
Are you looking, chat?
There's a world where area is like kind of cool. I mean, there's just like a bunch of sideboard options that I think that we're allowed
It's
to
just
play.
I'm just hesitant with like too many blue cards and too many green cards in the 5-hander. Where
It's
I'm already playing a shit ton of purple.
It's an ally. I get to build it in with Hunter's Ally, right?
It is.
So like,
I mean, I guess it is.
That's neat.
Yeah.
I do think. I mean, that's just the number one thing that I think you're missing, and I doubt that we're gonna find very much more afterwards. Is just some amount of Urmeshi's Perseverance to go find your death rattles. Or not death rattles, go find your thing.
Grove Keepers.
Yeah, and it is an ally that you can build in with your.
For sure. It's like at least I think a 2 of, honestly.
I think a 2 of is great.
Yeah. If we weren't a 5-hander, I would have totally been trying to put the recoup engine in this. But I don't think we're ever, especially with all the backups, we're just never gonna have enough. That's where the Elder would be.
Yeah. I mean, I have not put this together, but I have thought about Elder Machine Gun.
Yeah.
And just been.
I've got one put together. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet, but it's basically the same idea. It's just playing the recoup engine, and then it's just harder defense. He just makes sense because he does the exact thing we're talking about with our meshes. He just picks up.
He just finds it when you're ready for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I am not seeing. I'm literally seeing nothing that is interesting. I mean, I think Dark Ward is pretty cool. I don't know that you need 4 Nymphs Invitation. I know there are. I think this card is neat. It is that you kill people afterwards.
The reason I'm so big on it.
Oh, go ahead.
The reason I'm so big on Nymphs is just I really, really, really want to find it to the point because it's the main way that we're actually able to deny our opponent momentum when they do start attacking our backups.
Sure.
Just aborting the attack phase is pretty and especially being able to control enhanced steps. I just really like it. Granted, I have been. It's gone back and forth multiple times. I think between 3 and 4, just for that very reason. Because there are times where I see like 2 of them, and I'm like, I never really want to see 2 of them, but
yeah.
I do want to see at least 1 every game.
And you were like, we for sure want to play Death Rattle. You think it's not like a 3 of or?
we don't want. Yeah. No, Desert I want at the 4 of. Yeah.
All right, I guess. We give minus speed. This card,
we give minus
speed.
This
card
plus
is super relevant in a lot of matchups.
At least on the sideboard.
Masha's is another ally we're allowed to build in. And then Urmeshi's Perseverance is another ally we're allowed to build in. Crazy we're not playing Keiko's. Do you because here's the thing about like I don't necessarily know if we care about them attacking the backups. Like because of how this works. we're gonna build them all in anyways.
I hear you. Well, we do kind of want to have a idea of that. We want at least 2 backups is the thing. Because for Caduceus, just so we're actually like
so you can draw the card.
Face.
Sure.
So we mainly can draw the card, but even then, just that way we're not just giving like -2, -3 speed.
Yeah.
Or +2, -3. Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
I'd be down to consider Keiko's. I love me some Keiko's.
Keiko's is good. I like. This deck is one of those inevitability decks, and that is not what the metagame is currently, right? And so, like, as you go and you play your casual games, and somebody plays Nick Reagan, Double Jin, Biako, you're just gonna look at them and be like, man, I sure do wish that I wasn't just exploding on turn 2. They're just trying to kill me, dog. Yeah. This is combo protection. Plays the same ability on Foundation in a second grade attempt to destroy it. Interesting. Probably just better spot removal. No 2 checks in the deck, right?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Nope, all 3s. Lowest and then lowest foundations. The 2 desperate please on a 4.
Thoughts on researching the answer for a little extra oomph?
How many uniques do we have? So we're playing a lot of 4 of and 3 ofs is my concern.
Fair. I also think Pump Up is not terrible.
Pump Up's a neat card. I've always
block,
been.
do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Be a cool one of.
Maybe it might just like exist in the sideboard. Okay, so from here, I think the number one thing that we absolutely have to play is we need to play at least 2 copies of Perseverance. We want to see this card. I think Matcha's Concealment is just the correct thing to do. I think I'm just supposed to play this
just
one.
a one of it.
Yeah, I think just a one of. And obviously, Beast Titan is different, and that's the deck that I've been doing with a bunch of backups.
Yeah.
A Night's Rest has been so crazy. So crazy. But I've got a bunch
just
of
for offensive purposes too.
Offensive Titans that do nothing on defense. They now say -2 speed. All of yours, I mean, outside of Spiraling, right? Spiraling, we never want to whatever, but this now just says like it's -2 speed. I commit Spiraling. I have another -2 speed.
Yeah. I'm with it. If we
Yeah.
can find, what would we cut? We'll cut. I think we can just swap Keg or one of the other backups, out for Rini. Or are we just gonna add her in?
I was just gonna add her in. If
Okay.
not, I would do this. But Spire is a 3-diff, not a 4-diff,
Maybe-
if that matters to you.
I would think I would do it. Let's try 3/3 on the two of them, because we want to have because it's just I don't know, just for the sake they would both be able to. If I have all my backups in the discard pile, I think it just means more damage. Because we want to have multiple.
it would be the same amount of
to a
damage.
degree.
It's the exact same amount of damage because you keep one of them, and then this one will blow up.
Oh,
and
you know
burn
what?
for
You're
one.
100%.
This would
You're
blow up and
100%
burn for
right.
3,
You're 100%
rather than
right.
2 and 2.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's still the same.
I mean, I'm down for this. I'm down for this number, right? And even to the point of like I think that all these numbers are good. If you ready? So Jarrett's not incredible. Drop it down to a 3 of, and then
And just wiggle around with them.
like this is still burn for whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's
I'm with it. Let's try this actually. I like that
Yeah.
because Jarrett is really only there for the Hunter's Ally.
for the 100th ally. 100th ally and dual needle technically. But you probably
Yeah.
paid for 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to this, I mean, I think like Invitation just gets to be a 3 of in order to keep us down to that 69 number, and then this all looks fine. If you're down to push it back up to 70 because we added in some draw, I mean, Invitation just gets to go back up and feels fine. But then there's just like a bunch of things that we didn't add into our deck at all. Like it's almost criminal that we're like not playing more replicators, just to find more death rattles to put the combo on faster. Like I find a single death rattle, and then like every replicator is just more death rattles. But we're a 5-hander, so the actions are tough.
That's
Yeah.
It's weird.
So if you're feeling comfortable with replicator here, I would
Like it.
maybe, if you haven't tried 3, I would maybe try 3 and be like, can I get away with 3? Because even like replicatoring in like a desperate plea or
Pretty cool.
or use loyalty of a friend, replicator in loyalty of a friend, destroy the loyalty, like is pretty good if you can keep
There is
your
something
keep
not move
backups.
it, yeah. True.
Man, this is just making me want to play Beast Titan.
Backups are so cool right now.
Yeah. Incredible Display is combo protection if you think you need it.
Yeah.
It might be like we play one of Warden's Protection, one of Incredible Display for
Yeah.
to like mess with it.
Different
But
protections.
having momentum, I think, is going to be a little tough because we have a very low attack count, and we really got to spend it here, and our attack count is so low that they're just gonna, whatever attack you sling, we're probably just gonna get blocked. Like I'm not gonna let you just burn me for 5. That is 5 death rattle triggers that I've just lost. Right.
Where we're going, we're not trying to kill him with attack damage.
Yeah. Well, my point is.
No, I know.
This is spinning momentum, and this is spinning momentum.
No, I get,
Yeah, and so finding 2 momentum is just going to be difficult. And if I need to, this is spinning a momentum. So now on the turn that I'm trying to do things, I'm trying to spend 3 momentum in my 14 attack deck. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
You'd have to draw into all the dual needles and all the jaw jammers.
Every single one. Which is where like a thing like I think Dragon Strike is like really neato at the 1 of. To be like, deadlock response. How often you go to deadlock with the deck?
A lot.
How often are they going to deadlock with it?
Me going in a lot. It depends. It kind of just depends on what pieces I found. That if I found that if I don't have my deadlock out, they'll go into it. But there's a lot of games where they'll just stay around 9 and 10 and not go to 11. Or if they do go to 11, they have a way to get out almost immediately.
Okay, so they
are scared of the deadlock.
We added in a backup 3 foundations. What if we just tossed in 2 Dragon Strikes on top? 1, it stops things like Nonagon. It's a 5 speed for 5 that is a little whatever, and then it is a second kill condition, or you could say third kill condition after Harness on Death. It is a second kill condition that is just like EX 2 powerful 2 if we accidentally have to, right?
Yeah.
Like we get Mitchell comboed and they Koenmas our Grove Keepers and our Harness on Death. So what do I do now? Well, the answer is find momentum, Jawjammer, Dual Needle Lunge, Dragon Strike for powerful and pray, right? Give a bunch of damage off of the Caduceus and then EX it on the Dragon Strike and like let it rock.
I'm with it. I'll give it a shot.
It does push us up to like 72, which is not what we wanted, but we did increase our foundation or our attack count. You know, it's the classic bulk and cut. And there might even there might even be like a world where like spiraling. I think this card's really bad, but like it has to exist in our combo deck. Like maybe it's like a 2 of, and that just cuts us down back to 71. And I still like the a little bit of a higher attack count, especially because like this card's so good on block. Even just like using this here as like a one of, like both of these are acceptable. If you like did this,
let's try it like that actually, because who knows? Maybe I'll end up liking one more than the other, and we can just wiggle them around and put the other in the sideboard.
I'm a massive Dragon Strike fan. I think Dragon Strike is just like so nuts in Deadlock for what our deck is trying to do.
That Deadlock, and then also just flipping people's stuff is pretty good.
It's very good. All in all, though, man, I think this is pretty close to where I would, having not tested the deck, right? I haven't like felt it in my hands.
No.
I think this looks pretty decent. And if you end up, I would actually cut one of the rejuvenatings for 1 canister creation if you ever end up.
If I can track one down, yeah.
So you can canister, and then it gets blocked. Toss it up with Jarrett, and then play it again.
Do it again,
and then
maybe get 2 death rattles.
Grab 2 death rattles and be like, sorry, man.
Yeah.
I'm just
sorry,
gonna kill
keep
you.
Blocking them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with it. No, yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you for for showing me a very cool deck. Stay on the line long enough for me to shoot you a link, and you have a great start out, okay?
I'll think about it. Yeah, I'll try it too. You too. Peace.
Okay.
I don't have to stay on the line. You would find me.
There's that for you.
Appreciate you.
Have a good night, drop.
Yeah. Oh, wait. By the way, I think I may be missing, like, I don't know how. I think I'm missing some views. I don't think I can see all the channels.
I think that's crazy because you are a mod.
That's what I'm saying, but, like, I don't see any other deck.
Here's what I want you to do. So Discord updated. I want you to go up to the little down arrow.
Channels and all.
And then the little arrow at the top next to your name. Out of the way at the very tip top. And then go click show all channels.
Very top of next to my name.
Okay, I will share my screen.
Yeah.
All right. I am sharing my screen on stream, not on. I guess I could do it on Discord. I'll share my Discord on Discord.
Okay.
I would like to change. It is this one. Go live. Okay, this button here.
Yeah.
You can click that and click show all channels. Is this checked?
I did not. Now I can see all the channels. Yeah.
Dope. Discord is
okay. Weird now.
It is trying to cut out channels that you don't necessarily want to see, which is why people don't use the is the second reason people don't use the whatever it's called, the
deck viewing.
Yeah, the deck help section.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I can do that stuff. Okay, I'll get to work on that stuff then while I'm just chilling.
That would be very cool. That would be very cool.
Yeah. All right. Catch you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right, chat. Any more deck doctors tonight? Raise your hand if you have a deck doctor. Because if not, I've got some admin stuff. I sent one on Patreon. Nice. Well, welcome to the Patreon. I got another one, but you tell me, drop. Me, I'm not on Patreon. Malholic. First off, welcome to that. Have you linked your Malholic? Have you linked your Discord with Patreon? I have not. So I want you to do that for me, so that you have access to the Discord, and you'll be able to get access to this Patreon Hangout section, and then you'll be able to grab the deck docs from there. 3-diff Vax sound fun to you? Yeah, we can do that while Mahalik gets his stuff done. I can join voice chat for this one. You're saying you can't join voice chat for this one. Sure. If that's the case, I think I have your deck. I don't see an option to link with Discord. Malholic, can I shoot you over to a mod? Are you in my Discord at all? Are you in my Discord currently? If not, !Discord. No, just joined today. Been watching on YouTube. Well, first off, thanks. That's so kind of you. Thanks for hanging out in the stream. Second, if you !Discord, you'll be able to find a link to said Discord, and that might be what's helpful. Whenever you sign up on Patreon, and whenever you jump into the Discord, at a mod, and while I do this deck doc, we will, we'll get it figured out. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and I want to copy you, and I want to move you to here, and I refresh. I want to move you here, and I refresh. Oh. And then I click this, and I click this. We come back. Oh, we come back here. I click this, and then I say, "Yo, what up?" This is drops 3-diff 3-diff Vax deck that he dropped in the Discord. It says new Vax 3-diff tribal to help get his enhance for damage, large, need to find speed. Love it. And so what I get to do now is I get to go look at the list. Join the Discord. Which channel was it again? Yeah, if you'll just go to the general and add a mod, that would be like at the role of mod. Somebody will be there to help you. So what we're going to do is we're gonna do is we're gonna I guess we just have to go look at what is the reason that we're playing exactly 3 difficulties, and it's just seize the opportunity, which is not even a 4 of. Okay, let's take a peek. This is an air deck with order and death. Let's look at difficulty 3 and see what we can find, because we actually want it to be less than 4. That is greater than 4. We want to be less than 4. Okay. Stinging Blade is pretty funny. Cyborg Slap is pretty funny. Horseback Charge is very good. Close Combat Tackle is a throw. I mean, this is pretty good. Horseback Charge is pretty good. Oh, they have to be weapons. I'm a goober. They have to be... No, they don't have to be weapons. I don't think we care about them being weapons. Do we care about them being weapons? Do you demand them to be weapons? Because there's a world where these just like aren't weapons, and your options open up greatly, like so much. Like close combat tackle like existing is like just so crazy for this deck. And like follow-up barrage is stats. Can't catch me is the speed. It says for each of their weapons. So maybe it does have to be weapons. Okay, let's look at the weapons, I guess. Can't catch me demands weapons. Okay. So that means when I do this, I get to get rid of close combat tackle, even though I think this card is crazy in this list. I have reset my my parameters. Ref. Weapon less than 4. Let's take a pick. Okay, so I think horseback charge is like very good. Attack gets X damage, X equals the printed speed of the attack printed before it is fine. If it deals damage, your next attack gets speed. I mean, this one just like makes sense. If the goal is we need speed, then there it is. But it is, these are the things that we're looking for. And then Whirling Slash. Draw response is 3 weapons. You're right. You're right. But if all we're caring about is like a bunch of scaling damage, I think that it's okay to not have 3 weapons, exclusively weapons to be in the deck. As a Vaxel Dan Dagger Master fan, I am a fan of playing mono weapons in Vax, but I do have to check. So I think with our difficulty curve as low as it is, I think we are allowed to play more attacks than the normal deck, even all the way up to like 25. It could be like 25. To the point of like I think like double horseback charge or even like double horseback, double shrapnel tooth would not be terrible, truthfully. I'm not a Cage of Hell gamer, but I guess this is +3 speed, right? I mean, this is more speed. This is to go grab a thing. This is more speed. Maybe I don't like Whirling Slash, because I don't actually want to commit for like its -3 difficulty does not matter. I'm playing a bunch of 3 diffs. So maybe it's supposed to be like -3 Whirling Slashes, and then like increase Shrapnel Tooth. Like maybe that's where we're at. If it deals damage, your next one gets extra speed. It could be here instead. How many is this? 24 attacks. Maybe we like swap the number. I reset, and then I want to play a 3 diff with its progressive, with its being progressive. What? I mean, if that's the case, I mean, we can just toss it back in at a 2 of and probably feel fine. Truthfully, like I don't think that having 26 attacks in your 3 difficulty deck is going to be that big of a deal. Gas Propellant. Attack 6 turn to get a speed. Rivals, if you hit with a breaker. Thoughts? This has breaker. Okay. No breaker here. No breaker in any of these. Okay. Okay. I don't know if gas repellent is the right call. Let's go see if we can find what the right call is. Action asset backup with air, death, void. Search. Play range attack, you get speed or damage. I love the one of treasure chest. I think that's dope. I think Jared is really interesting in a deck like this. If you're a ranged attack, it gets a speed. Yes, no, no, yes, or no. No, yes, no, yes, no. Okay. Hunter's Dagger. Your range attack. Look at all these ranged moves. Don't hate the tattered costume. Is this everyone's favorite Combined Firepower deck? No, there's a void version of this deck that is way memeier, that is playing Firepower, that I want to try, but it is not this one. Weird text block step, it gets +2/+2. I don't hate this card. I think this card's neat. I like this card a lot, and I wish it didn't check a 4. Your charge? No. Yes. Yes. No. 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 Okay. Not enough. Young Heroes. Suited Up is interesting. And then we're no longer in Standard, so I'll go fix it. I don't think there's any actions assets backups that we're looking for. I don't hate this card in a lot of these decks. We'll put it in the sideboard. Oh, we're blocking with parry instead. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Jin's parry is my firepower at home. Yeah. I think there's a world where like Tranquility and Death is gonna really matter. Like I think this one's very good. Treasure Hunt is a 4 of. That makes sense. Your rival commits a card in their stage with no abilities. I wonder how we're doing that. What is the way that we seal their card? Unsavory Morsel. Oh, this card has Thief Breaker 1, which is why it's good here. Okay, I understand. Joining the fight? No, this doesn't matter. I think this is just here for a 2-minute block Breaker 1. I think we can do better than that. Push the advantage, coming to terms. Skilled Swordsman, this is my chance. Keeping Watch for Titans. I guess this is also the reason to have this card. You commit spin of momentum, its breaker goes up, which is kind of silly. Wait. This is very funny in Tarion. Yeah, we'll keep looking. We're looking. I don't mind the big 3. I think this card's kind of cool in their character. Polite and well spoken. Yeah. Rival's attack deals no damage. Rival's next attack gets +2 damage. Or -2 damage. Tinker's touch. EX are powerful 3 or stun 1. I don't hate this. I don't hate this guy. This guy's kind of cool. His attack gets speed. If a card's entered Marvel's discard out in his deck, it gets +2 damage. Interesting. Attack deck gets 2 damage. I think the commit cost on this guy might be a little too high. I think there's a world where like we're just supposed to play 4 of this. And then let it rock. Second wielder is for EX and powerful abilities. And we don't actually care. I guess you care about weapons in the card pool. But nobody else cares about weapons in the card pool. Because there's a world where second wielder is just like commit, flip an attack in my card pool, it gets +3 speed. And then you just care about cards in the card pool. Right? And so like it just says that, like the first move just connects. I don't hate this. I think this one's kind of cool. I think I put that in the wrong spot. Let's put that at a 0. Okay, I did put it in the right spot. Why is reconsider here? If you play this card, clear from your card pool, draw a card. If you're turn, discard a card. I feel like we can do better on that one. Because we don't care about blocking with it. I guess on the block we get to just redraw a card. Like I'd rather have Aaron sidestep. Pretty much every time. Man, pressure by all forms is pretty funny. Clears pool. Why does that matter? Are you saying in case you get breakered? Rifle arm. Rifle arm's great. Love the 4 latent skills. Elvish tutoring. Part of the reason to play this one. On block while replacing itself. Okay. I think that one's getting cut. I think that one's not good enough. Bertogi's expertise. Form commit draw a card only if you play an attack this turn. Feels very good. Form commit draw a card seems pretty okay. Form 7-hander. It's a high, it's a mid, it's a high, it's a low, it's a low, it's a high, low, low, high. Okay. Incompatible quirks is crazy. We for sure gotta play that one. Incompatible quirks is better than Nice Try. Agency trainees is a better card than the other one. Convenient timing makes sense. Web of Blades is neat. Okay, and then we're not running any 2-discs, so let's look at the 3s. I'm a big Science Bros fan, but we're not playing anything that really removes stuff. After attacks played, seal 1 rival foundation. Okay. Excuse me. Relentless Spirit is kind of cool. We're looking for more speed, though. This is damage, which we don't need. Commit a foundation. That doesn't work. That's not what we want. That's hybrid bubble distraction. I think this one is super neato, but I don't know. I almost would rather. Oh, this is printed damage at a charger weapon, and then just go the rest. Yeah, I guess cutting is neat. Okay. So here is the cards that I have added. Let's take a look at the things that I think that don't necessarily need to be there. So I'm not an unsavory morsel gamer. I'd rather play just a second copy of Shibujin's Message, because this card just doesn't do anything. Like, I just want to kill this one altogether and say this one needs to be a 2 of, if we care about the big breaker. I think joining the fight is really important. I think we should play 4 of it. After I've dealt damage this turn, all my moves get a bunch of extra speed. I think that's really good. I'm not a Reconsider fan. I think Reconsider does not belong here in this list. Let's look at our stats. We're at 68 cards. I mean, truthfully, just cutting it down might make you feel better. I think Gas Propellant at a 1 of is probably acceptable. I'm not sure that you need much more than that. Huh, this is so interesting. Let me go off on a tangent real fast. There's a world where action strategic maneuver treasure chest is really, really neat. Hold on. Strategic maneuver treasure chest is so interesting. I don't know if it's supposed to be Vax or if it's supposed to be not. Choose an asset. It's discard a card, build this. I think it's a lot of work for nothing. Okay, sorry, I was getting off on a tangent. Okay, so as we take and we look, so I think like a 67 card list is totally acceptable. And I like the treasure chest. I think it's neat. 67 with 26 attacks. I think that's cool. As I take and I look at the difficulty of my cards, I think the difficulty is all okay. There's a lot of zeros, and I just don't think we need all of these zeros. I think things like Reluctant Role Model, we can cut this for just a better card. Like double or a single one of you. I think like 2 of you is like insane. And then like if we care about speed on specific moves, either Rifle Arm or Second Wielder, and I think Rifle Arm wins out. Let me tell you about a crazy busted nutso combo though. And that is just Elvish Tutoring and Treasure Hunting, which your character gets to do. Enhance, commit, flip, search my deck for an attack, reveal it, shuffle it, put it on top of my deck, form, draw a card. It's very, very strong. It's very, very strong. I wish this card had the death symbol. Or sorry, I wish it had the death symbol for sure. Wish it had the voice symbol. Because I would do some crazy messed up stuff with it if it did. All in all, though, I think 67 does look good. 24, 24, 19. Slap it in there. I think that I would just like want more draw power if this was the case. What's his last symbol? Last symbol is water, I think. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I think this one. I think it's cool. I think it might just be better than what Scouting the Forest does. Because like my other thing is like I guess I mean you're a blitz, right? So that doesn't work. It just works with treasure hunting, and I guess it works with fearsome, right? So maybe it's like a 2 of, and we give it a shot. We try you at a 2 of, and we take out the 3 diff that does a very similar idea. Up to 68 with 26 attacks. First hand, that's a great looking hand, dude. We've already found the combo. We already did, and latent, yeah, we already did it. I mean, that might be a reason to like maybe we even take one of these. Ready? We take one of this down and we toss this up to a 3 of. And the consistency that you're going to find because of the tutoring is like just really, really strong. Yeah. Redraw first hand. This looks great. This looks great. This looks great. This is a little rough. This looks great. These are not unique. On a 2, on a 3, on a 2, on a 5. And then I get to pass both of these guaranteed. This gets to destroy this to draw a card, build in a better foundation, and then yeah, I mean this is great. This is a super good hand. Do we not have enough one diffs? Yeah, our one diffs are a little famished. I'm gonna send this back to you. You might look at like taking things like convenient timing, and maybe the rifle arm does get to leave. I think I actually just want to go look at some one diffs. One diffs here. I mean, Tranquility of Death seems kind of not great in our deck. Let's go back and look at some one diffs. Because I cut the Unsavory Morsel, and that might have just been incorrect. Destroy Foundation +1 speed is not bad, truthfully. Like, it might even be like this is supposed to be like a 3 of. And then we get to cut some 2 diff. We look at the 2 diffs. Like, I think this is such a sideboard card. I think we get to cut... I mean, it might just be the rifle arm, although, like, the question is rifle arm or nice try. And then it might be a singular latent skill because we've increased our attack count quite a bit. We're back to 68 and my one diffs look cleaner. I just have way more spam. Why 4x joining the fight? The issue that we had was we needed speed. And if I have one thing hit, all of my stuff gets fast. And I think that is important, and it says that every move has to be dealt with. Yeah, and that was the initial prompt, is we just needed speed. And so I think this one's good. Man, this Vax deck is making me... I might play Vax for Webcam Wednesday. It's going to be very differently shaped than this, but it is... I think it might be Vax for Webcam Wednesday. I got a bit of a meme brewing in the old noggin. But with that, I think this is it. I think this is the deck doc. Here it is. Thank you again for the support over on Patreon drop. I do greatly appreciate it. Sorry these were a little bit late, but we'll catch you next time. We'll see you, buddy. Okay. Malholic, are you here? Yo, okay, so in the Patreon hangout that you see here, there's a spot called Tam is Talking. Will you take and jump into will you jump into the waiting room / party voice channel? Perfect. And then I get to pull you up. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good, sir. How about yourself?
I am well. I am swell. I'm streaming over on Discord. Can you see what's going on with the stuff? Can you see what's happening on Discord?
Streaming on Discord with the stuff and the things and the place. There you go. Watch it stream.
This is mine. I want to take and move you here. Okay, so from here, we'll just be able to chat and talk and hang out about your cool deck. Refresh. That is good. This is an all symboled deck. Okay.
Yep. So the basic idea is
plus.
Yeah.
He's got life. That's the last symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Sick. Okay. I have to Say my patented catchphrase. Okay, I've clicked the record button and then now I'm gonna say, "Yo, what up? How's it going, buddy?"
Hey man, how's it going?
It's good. It's good. Okay, so you were telling me about your very cool Yusuke team leader deck. Hit me with a pitch. What's going on here?
So the basic idea is you ramp up as much momentum as possible, and you hit them with an unblockable, massive rando spirit gun out of your discard.
Okay.
That's it. That's the meme.
That's it, because we can play a spirit card out of our discard pile.
Exactly. So 8 out of the 20 attacks are actually throws. So that's going to help with momentum. That helps with poke. Absorbed energy strike. That's literally just there for the block response.
Sure.
Gains my momentum while it prevents my opponent from getting some.
Okay.
For that good damage, we got double spirit blast. That's 4 casts per card, so 16 total of those.
Yeah.
As for the foundations here, I mean, hiding in plain sight. On desperation, you get 2 momentum. That's insane. For this, what else? I'm old Yusuke. That's block with absorbed. You're going to get that momentum, and then you're going to get the one for you're going to put absorbed into your momentum as well.
Yeah.
Hacker, obviously, at some point you're going to get hit in the face. Might as well get paid for it.
Yeah.
Got some defensive options here. Yusuke likes to stay committed because of his little spirit fetch thing, so resting up's good. Breaking the Cuffs is a good card on its own. When paired with Rando Spirit Gun, turns into amazing, because that is a 5/5. That's +5/+5 just on one card. Keiko support, obviously you want to extend those combos, and then Spirit Beast Poo. 0 diff, checks for 6. A bit of an expensive block, but you get a free foundation if you do it. So,
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
No, you keep pitching, and then I'm gonna ask a bunch of questions.
Right. So Kodo, draw is always good, especially when it's non-progressive. So that was kind of a no-brainer for me. Also, it's a much needed low block. There's not a lot of that in this deck. Same for Spire. And I'd be lying if I didn't say I put him in there solely to help with the treasure chest. But I kind of like the enhance, and I definitely needed a less expensive low block than resting up. So.
Sure. Okay. So my follow-up is, what do you need my help with?
Well, you can see almost everything here is a 4 of, and I don't think that's the way to go, comrade. So, so I think my current deck count, what is it, 71 cards? I was thinking maybe we could trim it up, or do you even think it needs trimming?
Yeah, I definitely want to trim it a bit, especially because you're going for this big OTK-esque combo, and I want to make some small changes. And also, I think the big thing that we're missing here is look at your difficulty curve. So I sorted this by difficulty. You have 8
all
spam, and they're all 2s. So when I take it and I look at your hand, I think passing these cards is going to be really tough if I check any 3s. If I check all 5s, it's all good.
Or
if I check any 3s,
or God forbid, Rando Spirit Gun with checks for a 2. And then there's another one in here that does that, I think.
Yeah, and so here is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually take a peek at a couple of attack options that I think are interesting for what we've got going on. Because I think that what you're doing is very cool. I like the hyper fixation, the hyper focus on the Rando Spirit Gun, and I like that was the idea out the gate of just hey, I'm gonna be playing this, and I'm just gonna kill you with this one.
Yeah, I saw his little spirit fetch thing. I got into this game solely for the Yu Yu Hakusho set, and then when I pulled Rando Spirit Gun, I'm like, EX2 powerful 4. That's stupid good.
Yeah.
So
I feel it. I feel it. I think I just wanted to beat Dragon Strike. Okay, let's talk about the 2 cards that I just added into your sideboard. So we've got Big Fist Bash, which is a 3 mid-block with Breaker 3. So the entire goal here is you just block with it, and the goal is just to end their turn. I want them to no longer be playing cards, because it's way more fun when I play things on my turn than when they play things on their turn.
Right.
And then Dragon Strike says, response after you play this, flip 1 rival foundation, then seal this card. So it is selective stage control. If my rival has a reset, like imagine my rival has an invincible body, and I have my random spirit gun ready to go. I look at it and I go, well, I have to play it, make them use this, and then play it again, and then hope it kills them. This card just flips this card.
Yeah.
We can do a very similar thing with the 80% power from Togoro's kit, if you're looking to be a little more Yu Yu Hakusho themed.
Right.
But this one does give them back 2 foundations, whereas the other one does not let them go plus in their foundation count, right? It gives them 2 committed foundations. And this one hits a little harder as the game goes on.
Okay.
And so, like, either of these options of the 80% or the Dragon Strike, which I'll toss 80% in the sideboard as well for us to look at. Either of these options, I think, are good for a bit of stage control, which I think is important for the deck.
Okay. And you would recommend these on 1-ofs?
Probably a 2-of, and the answer is I would take 1 Rando Spirit Gun out, and I would take 1 Shotgun out. And the reason is because these are Spirit cards. We just get to play 1 of them out of the discard pile per turn, so I technically only ever need to have 1 of these, right? It is very cool to go, hey, I'm going to Rando Spirit Gun, and then I'll Rando again, and then I'll Rando again. But I just, like, think if the goal is I'm going to play this one out of the discard pile, it's going to be a 30 for 30, then having less 2s in the deck and having slightly more, even if this is like, this is a 1-of, and then this is a 1-of, just to test it and see which one you like a little bit better. It's totally chill.
And I actually, you know what? I was actually considering dropping randos down to a 2-of because the whole idea is I put everything into that one shot. Very Yu Yu Hakusho, right?
Yeah.
So like, I'm not going to be firing off a whole lot of those blasts. I'm just going to, like, here's my deck of momentum. I'm just going to discard the whole thing and, just make it unblockable and, insta kill.
I love it.
So, I probably don't need more than 2 of those.
If that's the case, I'm going to add in the Big Fist Bash because it also has an extra ability on it that says discard 2 cards, add a mid attack, not named Big Fist Bash from your card pool to your hand.
Ah.
Hey, we just get to pick it back up.
Right.
So this card is a 3 check that as long as I'm down to discard 2 cards, which my 7-hander probably will be, I just get to just play this card again.
Yeah.
So I can
go
randos into Big Fist into randos if I want.
Yeah, or even with the double Spirit Blast, because the whole reason that's in there, that's my main damage dealer. It's got simply just because it's got that echo. It's like I said with Yusuke's Spirit Fetch, it's 4 casts per card.
Yeah.
But if I want to play that, then bounce it with Big Fist Bash, then it becomes 5 casts per card.
Well, so after the echo resolves, it will flip, and then this card can't see. It's not a mid attack anymore.
Right.
So,
what I'm saying though is you get you cast it once, bounce it back to your hand, cast it again, echo it, and then it goes to your discard. You fetch it from your discard. You cast it again, then echo it again, then it removes. 5 casts per card.
So I'm gonna try and follow again. You play this.
So you play it once, you don't echo it, you follow it up with Big Fist, bounce it back to your hand, play it again, then you echo it, it flips, goes to the discard, right? That's how that works?
Yeah.
And then from your discard, you play it again, and then you echo it again, then it removes.
Got it. Okay, dope.
So it goes from 4 cast to 5.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I think that Treasure Chest Spiraling Fetch is magical Christmas land and is muddying up your deck, and I don't think you need these cards.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think that check a 7 as the form is like just not good enough. I get the Snap of Momentum is very tempting. It is not worth the 7, and that means that this guy is also not worth the being in the deck.
Even with the thief enhance, you're constantly lowering the difficulty.
Yeah, I think so you're a 7-hand size character, and I think that motherfuckers are just trying to kill you. And so I think I think it's just slow enough of you are not playing a foundation to help you pass checks to block. You are not playing attack cards to like punish them and do this. You're trying to play assets and a backup and to combine those in together. Even the characters that organically have thief on their face are not playing more than like one of treasure chest.
Right. Okay.
Like just because people are like people are trying to do to you what you're doing to them, right? And you watch your rival build 2 treasure chests, and you go, "Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm gonna kill you now." Yeah. Let's go look at the actions, assets, and backups that we do want to play though. Still look good.
Now I was thinking, what's that vertical whatever that lets you change the attack zone?
Yeah.
The reason being because I don't actually have a whole lot of low blocks in this deck. So if someone's attacking low, I can reduce its speed by 2 and then change it to something that I can block.
I love that. Yeah, I will. We can certainly toss it
Yeah,
in.
there you go. Vertical maneuvering. Yeah.
And you generate enough momentum that I think it is well worth it. This card is very funny in your deck.
What does that mean? So you remove. So your rival reveals her hand. Choose what?
Name a card. Rival can't play copies of it. So on the turn that you're going for the big one, you just like look at their hand and go, that mid block, you don't get to play with it. Sorry.
Yep.
Which I think is like that is a much more consistent answer to what you've got going on. Dope. Can't play this. Click standard. Okay, let's talk about these cards that we've added in. That we've got here. So Replicator Enthusiast says that if you have a foundation on your board, you get to double up on it. And so having I'm planning on using my hiding in plain sight, and so I'm gonna Replicator Enthusiast before I activate the hiding, and I just build in a second one out of my discard pile. And so I now have 4 momentum. This also randomly is a 0 mid block, which I think is hyper relevant in the matchups or in the game. Even being able to be like, hey, I'm gonna build in a second copy of Invincible Body. I'm gonna build in another I'm old Yusuke. Like building in like a second copy of things is very good in your 7-hander. And we don't necessarily care that they build in the card in their deck because we're gonna put this thing to 40 speed. You know?
Yeah.
We talked about vertical. We talked spiked Spirit Glass. Cremation is going to be our replacement for the treasure chest, which says response lose 2 health. We don't care about this. After rival plays their 3rd non-attack card of the combat phase, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. Only 1 copy of this can be played per turn. So they, on their very first turn of the game, they build their 3, and then you go, hey, I'll cremation. I'm going to lose 2. I'll snap momentum before I do anything. And then this leaves. As well as, in hands, lose 3 health. This deck gets +3 speed. You play this action out of your hand. So on the Rando Spirit Gun, as a hand trap, hey, this one's got bonus. I think this at a 3 of feels great. I think this is a 3 of. I think this at a 1 of. I think vertical at a 2 of. And I think that this is all we have to do. And I think Cute Host is good, but 9 actions is too much. I'm going to drop it down to a 2 of. And the reason that I'm dropping it to a 2 of is because I never want to draw 2 of this at the same time.
Right.
I only ever want 1. And 1 is all I ever want to do. And I never want to see it on the first turn because that 4 is a little too hefty of a cost to be played, especially if I'm going first.
Do you realize how many turn 1s I've whiffed because of that card?
Yeah. And so like it is a liability to play on turn 1. And so you don't want to play it on turn 1, and you never want to have 2 of it. And so 4 is just too much, and it stops you from actively building. Whereas like this card on turn 1, when my rival falls into the trap, I will still get the momentum, still get that advantage, and it still feel fine. If 7 is too much, just drop this down to a 2 of, and I think you'll be okay. But I want to try it at a 3 of because I just want you to feel the power of the card.
The raw power.
Yeah. From here, let's look at 0 diff foundations. because they're good, and you absolutely should play them. This is what, as a wait, play it from your discard pile when you leave, and you just play from anywhere other than your hand. It gets +2 damage. That's pretty funny. Okay. Okay, zero diffs. Oh, I put them in the deck. Whoops. This is very similarly shaped to Spirit Beast Poo. It's a 0/6 with a 1 high block. It's just a stats card. Anytime that you have to flip a thing as a cost, number 10 Pro Hero is just your choice. Your finished says if the top card of your discard pile is a copy of this attack, flip this and draw a card. Happens more often than you think. Hey, I'll play this Absorbed Energy Strike as an attack. I'll check an Absorbed Energy Strike, commit a foundation that's not this. Flip, I'll draw a bonus.
Okay.
And then We Became More says if this attack was played from anywhere other than your hand, it gets +2 damage. So anytime that you...
Which is literally what this card does.
What you want to do with Yusuke, as well as Double Spirit Blast, when you echo it, it counts as not being played from your hand. It's being played from your card pool.
Ah.
Yeah. And so, like, I don't think this card is very good, but it is very funny. And you'll be the only person at your locals ever playing this card. So, like, a 2 of, a 3 of, a 3 of, and I don't think we're supposed to be playing more than, like, a 2 of Spirit Beast. And we're making up for it here.
Yeah.
And now, when we take and we look at our difficulty curves, whoa, look at all of these. I can actually pass checks. I actually build out foundations. Okay. The top of your deck. Player draws a card. This character has the life symbol. We're allowed to do that. That's really silly. Desperate Plea. Desperate Plea is crazy. The Final Test. Settling Old Debts. Look at all these sick 1-diffs.
It's almost like these were included in the kit.
Yeah, almost. Discard your hand if it deals damage. No. Okay. All right. So as we look at the 1-diffs, Desperate Plea is going to be a 4 of in our deck. I'm just demanding it. It says after you block with anything, build it face up or face down. Hey, I will block with the Hiding in Plain Sight that I'm holding, that I randomly drew. I'll build it in. I will block with Hacker. I will build it in. I'll block with Big Fist Bash. I'll Breaker 3 you, and then I've built a foundation on your turn.
It's exactly what I was trying to do with Spirit Beast Poo, but better.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is a 1/4 that, you ready? I have a Desperate Plea out. I will Replicator Enthusiast, grab a second one, and now when you block me twice, it's even further I can go. Final Test
hilarious.
and Settling Old Debts are both very, very similarly shaped. This one says if you've used Yusuke's ability, you get to draw an extra card, which is Enhance, discard a card.
It replaces the card I discard.
Replaces the card you discard. So you're no longer a 6-hander, you're a 7-hander again with the Final Test.
Yeah.
Settling Old Debts says if I've got 6, you've got 6, I can draw, which says that I can Settling Old Debts on your turn in case I have to Yusuke on defense. Because you're allowed to use the top enhance to commit, discard a card, block with something out of your discard pile. So you're allowed to block with the Spirit Strike and then yada yada yada. And this says I replace that card either way. I like Settling Old Debts more than Final Test, but I think both can fit in the list if we like them so much.
Right.
Yeah.
It covers like 1 for your turn, 1 for your opponent's turn.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna actually just cut the Final Test. I'll put it in the board so that it's not off the table totally. And I think as we make cuts, I think this guy's gonna have to leave. But now when we look at our difficulties, we now have so many 0s and 1s that we're able to actually like play out a real string and like attack correctly.
Okay.
Let's look at our 2s. Gained health. You play a non-attack card. Loot box is pretty funny. This card's kind of cool. As long as we're down to lose the momentum. I don't hate. This is. I mean, we're trying to combo, right? I just want to do the cool combo thing. Breaking the cuffs. Urmashi's Perseverance we don't need because of we are Yusuke. Decision.
I am Urameshi. I have Perseverance.
Pageant Queen, Hacker. Tense Stare. Determined? Interesting. This is a really cute one of. Okay. Spin of momentum. No. Okay, let's come back here to the 3 ofs. We'll just do this real fast. Do you gain health? Field ration, supersonic.
As far as difficulty spread, like I'm trying to get a grasp on like how much should be like 1 diff, 2 diff, like.
Yeah. So the general rule is about half of your foundation count should be 0s and 1s. Colloquially, we call them spams. So you want about roughly half the deck to be spams, and then the other half of the foundation deck base to be not spams. It just says that
that's 2 and up.
2 and up, yes. And primarily 2s because we don't want a bunch of 3s clogging our hand because the most important turn of the game for both players is just turn 1. If you don't get a good build, if you don't get a good build 99% of the time, that is the reason that you will lose the game is because I just didn't build correctly on my first turn. Whether that be like I open this hand and I look at it and I go, this is after the mulligan, right? And I go, I go on a 2 on a 2 on a 2. Yeah, I passed on my cards, but now my rival builds 6. I can play what, maybe 2 attacks, and then I'm forced to be done. They can play 3 or 4 attacks and start committing a bunch of things if they check well, right? And so like just the it's tough to use this word because of the proper noun action, but I'm going to use it, right? Actions per turn, or I'll use it different. I'll say a different one. Cards per turn, but it's not necessarily cards. It's like things that you're doing on the turn per turn is going to be higher.
Do stuff per turn.
Yeah, do stuff per turn if you have more foundations. And so the goal is we want to get to 10 foundations just as fast as possible. We want 10. Yeah. Okay, so from here, we have to make some cuts because 84 is too much. And our goal is to get it as close to 60 as possible. And man, our block zones stink. Let me go look for decent low blocks. Low blocks, search. Battle Priest. I mean, loot box isn't terrible, but it's not great. Funny. Keyword abilities. That's bad, right? This is just +2. Card. Why is this a 4? I guess this one could be okay.
I mean, here we're kind of seeing the problem. Like I was looking through, I'm like, there's not a lot of low blocks for this.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta force them. Sadly. Oh, we have Foresight. Foresight's a great card in our 2-check deck. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about the. I think we're gonna cut you. I mean, it was super cute while you lasted. We're gonna play 4 of you because I think that's actually just the only low block that we need. So let's talk about the cards that we already had. I think Hiding in Plain Sight and I'm Old Yusuke are all the bonus momentum generation. Sorry, Hiding in Plain Sight and Hacker Extraordinaire are all the bonus momentum generation that you necessarily need. So I'm gonna take I'm Old Yusuke, which is a 2/4/2 or 4 mid block. Like this card is garbage stats, and we're gonna drop it down to a 1 of. because it's going to be really cute when you play it and you block with the Absorbed Energy Strike and then add it, but it's not one of those.
But I'm not going to play all 4.
Correct. You're not going to want to play all 4. Same thing with the Borrowed Energy. I'm going to drop it down to a 2 of, and then like it's so the rule that I normally cast and like the quick and fast idea is my 4 ofs are the cards that I need. My 3 ofs are the cards that I want. My 2 ofs are the cards that would be nice to have. And the 1 ofs are the niche cards that are going to happen one every 4 games, but it could be the thing that I win with. So, need, want, nice, niche. We need hiding in plain sight. That's how we kill people. It is nice to have borrowed energy on the board. It is niche how effective I'm Old Yusuke is going to be.
Right.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Ymir's Rejuvenation. After you take damage from an unblocked attack, gain 4 health. This card is a canary card, and it tells me that you're new and you don't know how to block properly. Whether that be your own fault or your deck building didn't allow you to block. You saw Ymir's Rejuvenation and said, I am not blocking, and so this is going to save me. You're a 7-hander. You should be the most effective blocking characters in the game.
Right. I was mostly using that to cover my ass on low blocks.
Perfect. So I think the answer is just like we add more low blocks in. Invincible Body, we're going to put 2 in the main board, and we're going to put 2 in the sideboard if you use it. Keiko's support gets to be a 2 of, because, again, it's nice to have, but we don't need this card to be winning the game. And we're back to 73, up to 13 low blocks. This is feeling okay. Let's look at back at our block zones. I think we might take the Cremation down to a 2 of. We're going to take Vertical down to a 1 of. We're just trying to cut this number. I want 68 cards is the number that I'm shooting for. And the reason that I'm looking at that is normally you want roughly a third of your deck to be attack cards.
Right.
So if we had a 60 card deck, the general rule is 20. Tamron Cardwell, and this changes for everybody, like to go a little heavier on my attack count because nothing infuriates me more than I was supposed to kill you if I had 1 more. And so I like pushing that number up a little bit. I normally go like 62 in like a 64, if that makes sense. So just slightly more. But we then get to look at your character who says, if I have 1 attack, I have 2 attacks every turn. I take and turn this non-attack card into an attack card, and it's probably a pretty good one. We're not allowed to get rid of Breaking the Cuffs, because that is how we get +5/+5 on this. So what do I get to cut here? 71. I'm trying to cut 2 cards. 2 cards I want them to be mid-blocks. Mid-blocks or high blocks? I mean, it could just be the Keiko's support. What's our difficulty curve look like? A lot of 5 discs. So maybe Keiko's isn't the right call. Dang. I don't want to cut... I mean, if your rival has 1 or more momentum, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. Man, this card is really cool in our deck. It punishes them for having momentum.
I probably don't need 4 double Spirit Blasts because I do get so many casts off it.
Okay. It was either that or we kill the Spirit Beast Pooh, and that was the 2 cards. So it just depends on like how much you want to like go to the face and like actually like really try and kill them. This is
right. It's just in an ideal world, I get 30 damage off 1 card.
Oh sure.
So
yeah, you know what? I mean, let's do it, right? Like we can do double Spirit Blast. This card, so like primo thing to do is like open double Spirit Blast, echo it because it represents 14 damage. And then it says it's if you squint your eyes, it's +2 more speed on your Spirit Gun, which is basically the EX2 that we were looking for here. And this card just like showed you the like it showed you 14 because of Yusuke, and then you play the Spirit Gun out of the discard pile. So like this into this like is just supposed to be a game ender. And so this puts us to 70. We might even still just kill the Spirit Beast. because there are better 0 diffs that we are playing. We've still got 10, which is a 7th of our deck, a little more than. This is 19 attacks, and so now when I look at my first hand, on a 2, on a 2, on a 3, on a 3, and then I have a throw. I would hold this for the block. I would hold this for the block. Or maybe we play the shotgun, because shotgun becomes a throw, right? First hand,
Yes.
it matches, yeah. So throw. There's 2 momentum. We block, grab another momentum. With hiding in plain sight and hacker. So I block with the absorbed energy strike, build it down with desperate plea. If they attack, I now have 5 foundations. 5 foundations, 2 momentum, 3 momentum, 4 momentum, 5 momentum on turn 2 if they keep attacking. I open randos, I kill them. Or open double spirit blast randos, I kill them. Or if I check randos during any of this, I kill them. Like this hand, I see a world where it's checkmate on turn 3. Checkmate on turn 2 if I go first. Right?
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like
Now,
when we look at our difficulty curves, like this looks so much cleaner.
Yeah. Slightly off topic. I was at first considering having you check my Karama deck because I know how much you hated it, but I decided not to mess with your sanity like that.
Karama, I just think stuffing the card pool is one of the most toxic things that you can do because it is.
Oh, it's absolutely terrible. I hate it.
It's just so mean, man. It's so mean.
But like true to his anime persona, like you don't attack with that deck. You just build out your puzzle and then you just one shot him.
Yeah. All right, man. Any final thoughts on the list?
No. Looks like we got a pretty decent sideboard for me to experiment with and trade things out. And I like how we, kind of trim the fat there a little bit and added some stuff I didn't really consider. So
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Okay, well, stay on the line long enough for me to shoot you the list, and you have a good rest of your night. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
We'll see you, buddy. Okay, I got 2 more things. It was a good time to close the video. It was a good 30 minutes. Determined. We're not going to put it in the list, but it's something to look at. It says enhanced commit. If you try to block with an attack with it or a foundation that shares at least 2 symbols with your character, your block modifier becomes +0. So when you Yusuke and you block with the absorbed out of the discard pile, it's now a 0 high block.
Ooh.
This has
That's exactly that's what I was using Keiko for, was like all these 3 block checks that I've got.
It also randomly says Deadlock Enhance. Your Fury or Punch deck gets +3 damage. I don't know if we have any Fury or Punches. You're a punch.
Huh? Man. That's it. That is literally it.
Nice. But it accidentally checks a 6, which is kind of
right.
Cool. And then the other one that I have is Last Second Rescue. Response flip, spin momentum, which you're getting a ton of in your deck. After you take damage, gain X health. X equals the damage taken. So it's like the world's latest invincible body. It puts their damage to 0 as long as it doesn't kill you. But if it deals 5 or more damage, you break this foundation.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so like, if you only take 4, you don't break it, unlike the invincible body. And they also like the very last thing to happen inside the game is Last Second Rescue. This card might be better than the invincible body, strictly because invincible body is a 3 diff and is unsafe to play on turn 1 because of the Frandos.
Yeah.
And so like there's a it also technically has a better block, but it is spin momentum rather than the gate of first enhance. Right? So if you're like, man, invincible bodies is not doing it for me, here's a card to replace it with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, the only real downside is that it does cost 1 momentum, which it's not terrible in this deck, but it's not ideal.
It's -4 damage, right? On like your offensive turn. And so like it really is, hey, they've got a 20 damage move that you can't block and you've already played an enhance on. In order to make it the 20 damage or whatever, right? Like I've played an enhance. They didn't finish their food. That attack dealt nothing. And that is worth 4 damage here.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. So
All right.
I'm now going to take and drop this to you. What you're going to do is technically the list that I've sent you is my list. So you're going to take and come up here and click the copy button. And then jump across the aisle, and you can edit the name of this list, and you can get rid of the copy at your point copy of this idea.
Okay.
And then you don't have to do
And,
you don't have to double compare, and it'll just, this will be the list, and then you're then allowed to edit your copy of the list.
Okay. So I got your link here. Yep. Copy, and then I'll copy that, and it becomes copy.
Perfect.
And that is mine now.
Hell yeah. Thanks again
All
for
right,
the
appreciate
support on
that,
Patreon.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you next month.
All right.
Peace. All right, chat. That was good. That was fun. Thank you all for hanging out tonight. It's been a good 3-hour stream. Got quite a few deck dogs done. It's gonna be a good. Tomorrow I am live once again. This time I'm playing Flesh and Blood with Aggro Blaze on the channel. What are we doing? I ain't got a clue, man. But I think a couple hours of playing games there, and then I gotta make some decks for events coming up. I got a busy week. So with that, thank you all for hanging out.